You have to be committed through the storm and the rain and the heartache and the pain and the disappointment, or you're not gonna make it. It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. While they was golfing, I was studying. While they was shooting hoops, I was studying. While they was playing games and sitting up and eating and joking in the restaurant, I was studying. You can't get out of something that you're not willing to put into it. You have to put your everything, your mind, your energy, your effort, your discipline, your tenacity. Nothing is going to jump out the fire. If you don't throw something in there, it's not going to happen. But if we fight every day, one of them days is going to be my day.
This too is riding on the bus going up. I appreciate the ride, but it was really eye-opening for me going to the game and listening to the focus. And for anyone who's been on a bus load of kids, the chatter and whatever else that was going on, when it got to a certain point, that all went away, and it was really cool to see, and really appreciated it. It's really kind of been fun hanging out. So
no, we have a deal that I've done since I was at Portland State, and we call it Friday Bus. And last week was obviously our first away game for me. And I texted Coach Thompson. I said, 45 minutes into the trip, it goes to Friday Bus. And Friday Bus is, you can have your headphones on, get your tips and reminders out, study, get your mind focused on the game, and there is zero talking. That goes for student helpers, okay? That's everybody. And it's a deal that I truly believe in, and our kids, they're such great kids, student athletes, and they follow right in line and do as they're asked to do.
Well, I look forward to this Friday. Thank you very much. We'll hit you up again next week when we head out to Hermiston, and hopefully we'll have some happy totals to talk about.
That would be great. Appreciate it.
Hey, parents, with the kids going back to school, don't forget.
That was head coach Lupfer, and we'll be back right after these words from our sponsors on KGDC.
Hey parents, with the kids going back to school, don't forget the excellent after-school program available at your Walla Walla YMCA. The Y is the place to be after school for our young people. Archery, karate, acro-gymnastics, and youth strength training all start in September. The Y's after-school program is now open for registration. Just pick up a packet at the front desk. To learn more, visit www.ymca.org or stop by 340 South Park Street. The YMCA, committed to building our community.
You've worked hard to make it beautiful. Now get your yard ready for colder weather. L&G Ranch Supply, your local True Value hardware store in Walla Walla, carries rakes, fall fertilizers, lawn bags, tarps, everything you need to keep your yard looking nice through the winter. Plus, find a great selection of men's and women's Carhartt clothing. Remember to pick up a bag of Science Diet dog or cat food for your furry friends. Ask about weekly specials as well. Stop in today. L&G Ranch Supply, your local True Value hardware store off Tosick Way. A trusted name in the Walla Walla Valley, it's L&G Ranch Supply.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. So swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. Limited time offer while supplies last. Discount depends on tire size and type. Cannot be combined with other offers. Details at leschwab.com.
Looking for waterproof, pet-proof, scratch-resistant floors? It's Walla Walla Carpet One's waterproof flooring sale. Save up to 40% on beautiful waterproof floors, including carpet and luxury vinyl plank and tile. We are stocking pallets of America's favorite 100% waterproof vinyl plank, Corotent. Come see our large selection of colors, only at Walla Walla Carpet One, where we make beautiful affordable. 1611 West Rose Street in the Walla Walla Town Center. Walla Walla Carpet One.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back to Burlesky Stadium, where the band just played the Star Spangled Banner and was out here for the guys to run out through the tunnel. Pretty cool scene here at Burlesky Stadium, and got to mention this too, the little guys that are playing and traveling all over to Tri-Cities and back. They're undefeated, I believe, so far. As far as I've been following them on Facebook, and they're the kind of the young Blue Devils, and they're undefeated so far, doing a great job, and love to see that. The program's growing and doing a pretty good job. And with what we're seeing here right now with a couple of these sophomores in the JV program, it's been really cool to watch how it's kind of growing in number, and a lot more kids are coming out, and it's a big deal, especially for the amount of kids that the Walla Walla High School has. You know, we have about 1,700 kids, and we're going against schools like Chiawana has 5,000.
Oh yeah, definitely. And some of these programs are definitely beneficial in the aspect of it allows these players to have more and more experience before they even get to the varsity level, which means it allows the head coaches to not have to explain the basics, but to be able to get their scheme in and be able to teach that until they can get ready for the game quicker and faster, which allows them not to have to be able to go full speed more often than have to do walkthroughs and things of that nature.
And I misspoke, 3,000, sorry. Riverhawks with 2,900 students in their high school that they're pulling from. Walla Walla High School pulling from 1,734. That's a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely, and especially when the turnout number for football players versus the total population of school, that just makes it even tougher.
Oh, yeah. What we're going to do now is go through the starters, and of course this pregame brought to you by Kip Kelly for Port Commissioner. Tonight's pregame show sponsored by the committee to elect Kip Kelly. On November 5th, you can elect Kip Kelly as the next Port Commissioner for District 1. Kip wrapped up a 36-year career with Goff Communications this summer, and he looks forward to focusing all of his energy on the commissioner's role and dedicating himself to enhancing the county's economic vitality. And I personally that's who I'm voting for. I'm not afraid to tell it, and I really think it's the best choice for Walla Walla, and I urge everyone out there to get out to vote on November 5th and do what you can to kind of help things along politically all over the Walla Walla Valley. And we'll be talking about our other candidate later on when we get our kickoff going. So there you go. As far as the Walla Walla Blue Devils and their starters, of course, on offense, Dylan Ashbeck is a senior wide receiver at 6'1", 200 pounds. Hunter Pauley, senior, 5'9", 145 pounds senior. He's at wide receiver. Anthony Parrish and Josiah Wick at the other wide receivers. Parrish at 5'11", 155. And Wick at 5'7", 165. So those are the wide receivers. Now, when you started looking across the other side at the defensive backs for the Riverhawks, you're talking about some large gentlemen who enjoy getting in there at 6'1", 6'1", and 165 pounds is one, and then 5'9", and let's see if I got a. I don't think he's on there on that one for the weight, but he's at 5'9". He's pretty quick. At safeties, of course, you have Isaac Hogue and Aiden Mason at 6'1" and 5'10". But I'm thinking more along the lines of when it flips, and we have our defense against their offense. Their wide receivers, Austin, are pretty big guys.
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing that Wahai has to do is they have to get on the inside, because if they're forced to the outside, that size mismatch is going to be stronger than even if they get in the inside. At least in the inside, they have a chance to get to the ball first before that height advantage becomes a problem. So definitely they're going to have to look for those jump balls and a lot of outside passes, I assume, when they go to the passing game.
A couple wide receivers for the Riverhawks, 6'5", 185, 6'4", 210. 6'4", 185 is the quarterback. Another wide receiver, 6'1", 165. 6'4", 210, 6', 170, and 6'5", 185.
Yeah, and that's crazy because there are NFL teams that don't even have these tall of wide receiver cores.
DK Metcalf is basically 6'4". I mean, he's a little shy of 6'4", and he's about 230.
And he's considered a very massive, very tall receiver. But the only difference here essentially is the weight, and that'll get there when they get older.
Well,
so.
And there's not very many men that look like DK Metcalf. He looks like Batman without, he has the suit on. It's his abs have abs. He's graduated more than I have, from a six-pack to a keg like I have in my stomach. But he's a six-pack to a 12-pack. It's
and
crazy.
then you add Russell Wilson with the deep passing.
Yeah. As the kickoff goes deep, and that kickoff is caught and brought up past the 20, up to about the 23-yard line, and the offense for the Blue Devils will come out and start things off. And, of course, the offense for the Blue Devils, they've done fairly well this season so far. Running back, of course, for the Blue Devils, Jacob Humphrey, the sophomore, 5'9", 175-pounder, just is doing fantastic for the Blue Devils so far this season. Omar Cruz, Jackson Owen, Cole Schmidt, Aiden Van Dyke, and Angel Ramos round out that offensive line as the quarterback for the Blue Devils settles in and hands the ball off to the wide receiver coming around the end, and he's stuffed immediately at the line on that little end give. As we look down and get who the quarterback is for the Blue Devils, as we look down, it's number 6, of course, number 6, Ryan Marticelli. We have to really watch that because they sneak in dash every once in a while, and it's real sneaky when they do that, as the Blue Devils come out in a tight formation as Marticelli pitches the ball out to Humphrey on the outside, has some room on the outside, has the corner near first down, and is driven out of bounds by the safety as he had to come up from about 15 yards back to get him down. It's a good play there by the Blue Devils.
Oh, yeah, definitely a good start. And if you start to get those kind of plays, you start believing that maybe you'll be the team that can shut down this defense from containing you. And just that momentum, maybe it won't take over the game, but it definitely will make it a little bit more confident as they go on.
First down and 10 for Wahai as they'll set up now on the 34-yard line as Marticelli will have an I formation behind him. Lines up, wide receivers on either side. He'll hand the ball off, and it goes straight up the middle to the 35-yard line and will be a pickup of only 1 yard on an isolation on the right side. Not a lot of movement there up front.
Yeah, no, and they're definitely going to try to establish the running game because that's what's worked. And if they can get that running game, they're not going to have to deal with those turnover problems because they're not going to have to throw it as much. And I think that's what they're trying for.
Second down and 9. As the Blue Devils get into the huddle and then break, they'll send 3 wide receivers out wide to the near side. Marticelli in shotgun now brings Humphrey up to his right. Long snap count, takes it, throws out to the outside on a little screen. Wick has it, breaks one tackle, can't get away from everybody else as the Riverhawks rally to the football, and he's down at the 35-yard line. A pickup of maybe 1 on that pass play, bringing up a 3rd and long now for the Blue Devils in their own territory at the 35, 36-yard line.
And Josiah Wick is definitely going to be someone they're going to be utilizing in the screen game. He's a smaller guy, so maybe he can get under, but also he's in the top 10 in all-purpose yards for the conference. So he's been effective.
10 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Blue Devils and Riverhawks tied at 0 as they'll split out wide on either side with 2 wide receivers. Marticelli in the pistol with the running back behind him. Low snap, gets it, then chucks it from his backside as he was falling down, tried to get it out to his wide receiver. An ill-conceived throw there, especially with the Riverhawks' propensity to get interceptions and turnovers. But it goes to the turf incomplete, bringing up 4th down and long, and the punter comes in, Seamus Hall, who does really well in history class, just so everybody knows. Does a good job. He's a good kid to have in class. And he is out now to kick the ball away for the Blue Devils, standing at the Blue Devil 20-yard line as the long snapper, Pauly, waits for the call, has it. Good snap. Kick is up and away. A spiral kick lands at the 35 and then goes out of bounds at the 35. Nice job there by Seamus to make sure the Riverhawks can't return that ball. And they're a little worried about the return game because I know last week Hanford kind of took advantage of them and ran the first one back for a touchdown, but it was called back on a penalty. So that was a good thing. They've kind of cleaned some of that up.
Yeah, definitely. And the combination of things that it had that spiral that makes it a lot more difficult to catch, and then having it towards the corner. So if someone did try to catch it, could possibly result in a fumble or them just falling out of bounds. So it was kind of a safe, risky move in a way.
As Chiawana sets up in shotgun, Zamora will have it. Fake handoff. He rolls over to the far side looking to throw. Does. Has a wide receiver in and out of his hands. Great coverage out there by the secondary. That's Ashbeck, and he was covering Vine Preston, the 6', 170 wide receiver. Nice job there by the Blue Devil defense to be right Johnny's spot and knock that ball away as it hit the hands of the wide receiver, bringing up 2nd and 10.
And that was more of a fair matchup versus one of these 6'5" receivers. It was a 6-1 on 6-1, and then you add the pressure, and that's about as even of a fight as you're going to get. And then the pass with the pressure definitely made it a little bit easier.
Zamora in the pistol, takes the snap, hands the ball off to their running back, who has a great big hole on that right side, Gabe Shills, but he's able to be brought down as the linebackers flow very well and get out and tackle him at the 40-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the play, but it looked like it was going to be a lot more there, but the linebackers and their closing speed used it quite effectively.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to be expecting the run. Gabe Shills is I believe the 3rd most attempts in the entire conference, behind Tuna Altahir and Miles Mayovsky. So there's definitely going to be a lot of runs.
Zamora hands the ball off. Breaking a tackle is the back, Gabe Shills, and he's brought down on the sideline. Great pursuit by the Blue Wave as they just kept trucking over to the sideline and didn't allow him to breathe. No one stopped on that play, Austin, and everyone was right on the spot there with the running back trying to break it out to the outside.
Yeah, and we've seen that thus far, and that's going to be something that will definitely help the offense. If you take the pressure off the offense to have to score, it will help them definitely be able to find a way to take out this defense. And if you tire out that defense by having our defense shut down their offense, it might give us a big play or two.
As they're trying to do one of the fake punts, and it goes incomplete as they were trying to throw the ball down to Caleb Alvarez, who is down there as one of the long snappers at 6'4", 210, and just came up short as they were not able to connect there on that fake punt. Blue Devils covering it very well, and the throw was up and over the head of Alvarez.
And definitely, I don't question it because there's that size matchup, but overthrowing a 6'4" receiver, I don't know about that. It could have been bad, but thankfully the defense did well and covered it.
As Marticelli has it, hands the ball off to Humphrey, and it goes for no gain on the play as the Riverhawks all rallied to the football there right at the line of scrimmage. But the Blue Devils in pretty good field position on the 40-yard line of the Riverhawks gives them an opportunity here for a score. If they can just get a first down and just a little bit more, they'll be in field goal range. I was talking to Seamus Hall today in class, and he said, hey, I can kick it from 45. He says, with no pressure, I've kicked it from 50. So I'm kind of curious to see what kind of leg he has on it. As Marticelli has it, quick throw out, has Wick out at the 45. Stiff arms and then goes out of bounds for a pickup of about 5 on the play. That'll move it a little bit closer as that ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line. Actually, 33-yard line. Nice job there by Wick.
Yeah, and we've seen the electric ability from Wick, and you mentioned the kicking, and if we can get a score this early on, I think that's going to be a lot of momentum since they've only allowed 1 score thus far. So to be able to get a score in the first quarter will definitely give us some momentum. 3rd
down and 3 now. The Blue Devils need to get the ball just on the other side of the 30-yard line to the 29 for a first down as Marticelli sits up in pistol. Twin wideouts on either side as Marticelli drops, flags fly as he was getting ready for a quick pass. We'll see what this is all about here, as it usually when it stops the play, it's going to be offensive.
And you definitely saw guys on both sides jump very quickly, so because of the stoppage, you're going to assume that it was a false start.
But it was not, yeah.
I guess the guy, maybe what could have been potentially a false start was a reaction to the defense, not vice versa.
And they must have made contact, which is why they stopped it, because we have 1st down and 10 now, and the Blue Devils in field goal range at this point in time at the 28-yard line will be set up with an opportunity here to maybe get some points on the board against the defense that just doesn't give it up.
Yeah, and they need to take advantage of this momentum at the moment because they've had everything going in their favor so far, and to be able to, they need to take advantage of that.
Flags fly again. Not sure what's going on there, as it might be a time clock violation. Let's see. But the Blue Devils sending out now number 7, and it will be against the Blue Devils. They'll mark it back a little bit here. Number 7, Anthony Parrish, coming out now for the Blue Devils, as they've been mixing a lot of 2-back offense in for the offense, which they haven't done very often. They showed it one time against Hanford last week, but they've been in it a couple of times here against Chiawana. This time, though, they're going to go pistol with 2 wide receivers on either side. Now Wick comes in motion to the near side. Snap goes back. Pass is knocked away as the big, tall end, number 8 for Chiawana, is able to jump up and knock that down. That's Bridger Feldman, the 6'2" defensive end, leaped up and batted it down like a volleyball player putting a spike on the other side.
And this is when the high end becomes a problem, and when the short quarterback problem we hear about in the NFL about deflections from defenders. Because the motion with Josiah Wick was very effective. They had him open for a moment, but the pressure got there, and they just had a tall enough guy to deflect it.
3 wide receivers set to the top as Marticelli drops, now has to get out of the way, and he is just tripped up as number 11 brings him down, and flags fly, as I believe there was a late hit involved after the quarterback went down. Whistles blowing as the flags are down and the officials are getting together to talk about it. That was Caleb Alvarez, who I believe it's Caleb Alvarez, number 11. Look here on my handy-dandy sheet. Yep, Caleb Alvarez at 6'4", 210, who was in on that sack.
And you could hear the crowd with the reaction from that. So even if you weren't looking, you knew something was going on.
Oh, yeah. And you usually know that with crowd noise, especially when you're at home or away. You know, you can just bank on the cheers to let you know. Of course, we have our crowd mic down here, and we'll be making sure that we do that for you as they'll mark off the penalty yardage, and they'll be just shy of the 20-yard line now on this play. And we'll see what they're going to mark down at second down. Second down and short now for the Blue Devils. Definitely in field goal range as Marticelli sets up under center, takes a snap, drops, throws, has a wide receiver, and it is, I believe, incomplete and went off his hands as it was just wide to the high side of the field.
And they have to take advantage of this, not only third and short, but the fact they're in scoring range. They have to take advantage of this early on in the game, because momentum is going to be their best friend if they're going to be able to take on this defense.
And clock management, too. I know talking to Coach Lutfer, they want to make sure they grind it out as long as they can and not give Chiawana a whole lot of time as the officials blow the whistle again. Not sure why they're blowing the whistle here. It just seems like this is sort of like a teenager learning how to drive. They press on the accelerator as hard as they can and then slam on the brakes and then press on the accelerator again. There can't be any momentum when things are stopping and starting like this with timeouts and all of this stuff going on. It makes it really difficult to get into rhythm.
Yeah, definitely, and especially when you are in such a field position and such a good situation, you need that momentum. And for these constant stoppages, it does not help Wahai. It actually helps the defense, even though this is home field. That is not what you want to happen.
The officials coming over, talking to Coach Lupfer about what's going on. Coach Lupfer with his hands behind his back, listening intently, nods his head and then heads back over to the sidelines as something's going on. Let's see, it's going to be 4th down now. They apparently missed a down, therefore it'll be a 4th down play. And Coach Lupfer has decided he's going to go for it here on 4th and short at about the 21-yard line and try to get something done against this Chiawana defense as they're all up on the line looking like they're coming. Marticelli behind center has a hard count, got Chiawana to jump. Great job as Marticelli flexes out on the field because he knew that he wanted to get this penalty, and he got it.
And that's what happens when you have such an aggressive defense. This defense likes to stop the run, and when you get so many guys on the line, that just means there's more opportunities for someone to get in the neutral zone or to get a false or to get offsides. There's a lot of opportunities when you put that many guys in the box.
I love seeing that emotion from the quarterback. There's guys like Minshew, who's over there now in Jacksonville. He's crazy. But, you know, the thing is that people are attracted to that personality and that want to of the win. As Marticelli takes it, drops, looks, wants to throw, does, and it's tipped up and falls to the turf as the ball is just behind the wide receiver slightly, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from, let's see, what are they going to call it, the 16-yard line.
Yeah, definitely mentioned Gardner Minshew, and the guy got a win this Thursday, and you want those leaders, especially the guys that it's hard to be momentum because, for example, for the Gardner Minshew, Nick Foles got hurt. You need someone who has that energy that gets the offense hyped or the defense hyped. So it's always good to have those kind of leaders.
A little bit of emotion does well as the Chiawana Riverhawks show blitz again. Snap, throw, over the middle, incomplete as Marticelli tried to hit Wick as he was running pretty much a post into the middle of the field underneath the goalpost. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Blue Devils as they made a shot to the end zone.
Yeah, and one of the things that's going to be a problem if this continues is these slightly missed passes, because these are plays that could come with a huge result and could be very advantageous. So if they can start to fix that up, they might have a slight advantage with momentum and making these plays.
Especially down the field. You start hitting some of these and the defense is going to have to back off a little bit. As Marticelli settles under center, takes the snap, fake handoff, going to throw the screen out to the outside. Has a running back, breaks a tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Rawhide, as I believe that's Humphreys on the outside as he got into the flat, broke the tackle and scored.
And that's the momentum you need. Now we have the score, and this is as many points they've allowed the entire season thus far, and to be able to get this in the first quarter, it gets your momentum up. You're the team that can possibly score multiple points against this defense. You're the one that has the advantage at this point.
And of course, that big play brought to you by Walla Walla that big play brought to you by Owsley Insurance, a family-run independent insurance agency. Give them a call today, 525-5604, as Hall comes on to kick the extra point.
And another thing to note is, with this lead, if they can keep this lead or at least keep it tied, that'll allow them to be able to kill that clock, like you mentioned, and like Coach mentioned, and it'll allow you to kill that clock and prevent them from being able to try to make big plays.
And the extra point is up and good. Blue Devils go up 7-0 with 5:55 left to play in the first quarter. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM KGDC.
Today's Union Bulletin offers you more ways to stay connected with your community, in print, on the web, or on social media. And now a full print replica edition is available online for subscribers. Visit the Union Bulletin on your favorite device to see local sports stories and photography, plus the most comprehensive news and information about our valley's people, places, and things to do. Support your home team community newspaper. Visit union-bulletin.com today.
Double dip, to repeat the action of dipping a chip or other snack into a shared dipping sauce or mixture after taking a bite. Well, that may be Webster's definition of double dip, but here at Total Comfort Solutions, we have a totally different idea. For a limited time, you can receive up to $1,600 in factory rebates and get low interest financing with payments as low as $116 per month. Rebates and great financing? Now that is what I call double dipping. Call Total Comfort Solutions today or check us out on the web at comfortrightdayornight.com. Total Comfort Solutions. Feel the difference.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back to Burleski Stadium, where the Blue Devils have the lead against the Riverhawks 7-0 here at home on touchdown pass from Marticelli to Humphrey as Hall gets ready to kick the ball away from the 40-yard line. Of course, all of our kickoffs brought to you by Susan Smiley Nakaninsky, brought to you by the Vote Knock team. Our home, our family, our children, our city. My focus. Vote Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council position 5. As Hall comes up and pooches the ball over on that right side, and it is picked up at about the 30, and he's brought down at about the 36-yard line as they don't want to kick deep. And, you know, Coach Looper's, he's not a dummy. He knows that there's a lot of athletic young men in the backfield over there waiting to bring that ball back. He's going to limit what they can do to hurt him.
Yeah, definitely. And as you saw, not only did they kick the ball very short, but they also had that line coming in right there. That way, even if you have the athletic advantage, you don't have the numbers advantage at that point because it doesn't allow the other blockers to get there in time, so you have the numbers gain there.
So the defense for the Blue Devils will line up against this offense as the offense gets a break down the field on the left side. Trying to find some room to break away is number 10 for the Chiawana Riverhawks. That's Gabe Shills, as he found some space and took advantage to bring it up about 50 yards up the field on that play.
And that's something that can't happen right now. You need to have the momentum on your side because you know you're going to be facing a tough defense and a team that likes to grind the ball. Definitely playing very similar style to what we play. And if you start to lose the momentum, it starts to become who has the better athletes, and that's where we don't have the advantage.
Double tight formation for the Riverhawks as they hand the ball off again on that outside. A nice job of keeping his feet is the running back, number 10, Shills. And he'll have the first down and more, and we'll get the ball to about the 14-yard line, and we'll have a first down and 10, and they've gone from the 35 all the way up to inside the 10, or right outside the 10 of the Blue Devils in 2 plays, and that shows you what kind of athletes the Riverhawks have on their squad this season.
Yeah, definitely, and it's definitely a different drive from their first drive. So maybe the coaches talked to them, got their heads back in the game. Maybe they got a reality check, I don't know.
Zamora hands the ball off to Shills again over on that left-hand side, and they're basically just lining up and say, stop this, as they're running zone left, zone left, zone left.
Yeah, and they're known, statistically, they have been running the ball with Gabe Shields a lot. They are a running team. They're definitely run the ball and trust the defense kind of team, and we knew that coming in, and that's exactly what they're doing.
As the Riverhawks again line up in pistol double tight formation, wide receivers on either side. Snap goes back, handoff to Shills over that left-hand side again. He gets into the end zone, I believe. Yep, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Shills, and that was kind of a tone setter for the Riverhawks as they drive back down in 4 or 5 plays and score on the Wahai defense on that left side.
Yeah, and if this keeps up, it's not going to be a pretty game if it becomes a gun show, because the Chiawana defense will definitely be able to make a lot of stops and make turnovers. We've seen it before, so if it becomes a gun show of who can score more and who can shut down who first, it's not going to be pretty because there can be some turnovers, and definitely forcing the passing game, if we start to get behind or if it stays tied up, is definitely not going to be a great thing.
As the extra point is up and good. 7-7 our score here at Burleski Stadium with 4:32 left in the first quarter. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Dear Walla Walla, you live here, work here, and play here. Guess what? So do we. We get it. We raise our families right here in Walla Walla too. McCurley Integrity Toyota's Rick has provided 5-star service to Walla Walla for over 15 years. Linda, born and raised in Walla Walla, always offers positive financing solutions. Walla Walla residents love Caesar for the passion and integrity he brings to every deal. To Bruce, you're not just a customer, you're his Walla Walla neighbor. What we're saying is, we get it. Walla Walla is Walla Walla, and we're proud to be part of it. We will never let an out-of-town dealer beat our price on any new Toyota. We have the largest selection of pre-owned Toyota certified and integrity certified vehicles in Walla Walla, and many under $10,000. Come see our selection, because when you are here, you are family. Visit us today at McCurley Integrity Toyota or in the comfort of your own home at McCurleyToyota.com. Integrity in everything we do for you.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at KGDCRadio.com.
Welcome back to Burleski Stadium as the Riverhawks get ready to kick off to the Blue Devils. And when they do it, they have a little bit different deal that they do. They'll put the one side all the way over in like a pod on either side of the line. So you'll have 5 guys on the left, 5 guys on the right, on the very edge, and then the kicker will have it set up right in the middle, and then when he gets ready to go, they'll fan to the inside and then head down the field, which allows them to do some onside kick things and also get some directional kicks as the kicker kicks it deep down the field. It's picked up there by Wick, who brings it up to the 20, looking for some space, has a jump cut out to the 30, and is tackled just behind the 30, where the Blue Devils will come out on offense. And the Wahai offense, last time that they were out, able to get some space on the play-action pass game with 2 backs in the backfield with 4:26 left in the first quarter and the score tied at 7. It would be great to see a long drive here to kind of eat some clock, but also to be able to move the football and get some things accomplished. As Paris comes off the field, and another fullback comes onto the field. Whistles blow, and I believe a timeout will be called by the Blue Devils because they had some miscommunication on personnel. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Oh, I loved making meatballs at Grandma's when I was a kid. Let me tell you something. She was very particular. If you made your meatballs too round, she'd slap you upside the head and say, "Egg-shaped, Thomas, egg-shaped. Marona, we don't want the meatballs to roll off of the plate onto the floor." Grandma's meatballs, best I've ever had until I tried a Fazari's hand-rolled meatball at Cucini. Their egg-shape caught my eye, just like Nonna's, and man, are they tasty, the best ever. Delicioso, Cucini, 960 Wallula Avenue, Buona Pazzo.
At Walla Walla Presbyterian Church, we offer 2 services every Sunday morning at 9:01 and 10:31, with quality child care available during both services. In addition, Sunday school or junior church and adult classes are offered during both services. And if you can't make it to church on Sunday, you can always tune in right here on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC. The reading and teaching of God's Word is what we're all about at Walla Walla Presbyterian. Visit www.pc.org to learn more. That's www.pc.org.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back to Burlesky Stadium. Blue Devils out with a first down and 10. Ball at, we'll call it the 25-yard line. And in I formation, the offense has a fumbled snap. And I believe the Blue Devils fall on it. They do, as it just got away from the quarterback there for a split second. And it'll bring up second down. We'll call it a long 13. Back at quarterback, I believe that's number 3 now out there at quarterback. And I believe that's Dash. It is Dash. Yeah, Dash Sermon. Back there at quarterback, I formation, under center. Snap goes back, handoff to Humphreys, who gets hit immediately as the line slants into him in the backfield, popping him for a couple-yard loss here, bringing up a third and very long now as the ball is at the 18-yard line. They need to get the ball all the way up to the 36 for a first down.
And one of the things that has been going very well, but hasn't been so far on the offense, at least on this drive, has been playing smart and playing effectively. But hopefully they can get back onto that and fix it up.
Snap goes back. They're going to try to go deep down the field. This ball thrown way out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. And that will bring out the punt team for the Blue Devils, as the offense could not get on track here this drive. The Chiawana Riverhawks, I'm sitting here looking at the defensive front. They're running a 3-man game with 4 linebackers, and then they'll drop another linebacker down on the line as the punter, Hall, waits for the snap from Hunter Pauley. Snap goes back. Good snap by Hunter. Kick is up, and it's a spiral kick that bounces and takes a Blue Devil roll and will end up at the 45-yard line of the Riverhawks. Good job there by Hall, getting the ball down the field and trying to flip a little bit, as he had good spiral on that, took a good bounce for the Blue Devils, and now the defense will have to come out and try to stop that left side zone with the double tight formation from the Riverhawks.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Lopfer has definitely talked to them about it, talked about not only just focusing on that left zone, but also just focusing on the running game and knowing that they're going to be running the ball very much, especially on that left side. The left side has to be especially where. Twin
tight ends and 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation for the Riverhawks in pistol formation, as J.P. Zamora takes the snap and looks, wants to throw the hitch, does, has his wide receiver out there. That's number 6, and that's Kobe Young, the 6'5", 185-pounder. Coming up to hit him was Hunter Pauley, who brought him down, and that'll bring up a second and short for the Riverhawks here, as Hunter came up to hit him, and he's given up a lot of weight there.
Yeah, and one of the things is you're going to notice a lot of these short routes, because they're just going to want these they're just going to want these plays, and they have the size advantage, so they don't need to try to outrun them. They can try to just make it to where the defender gets in a bad situation and just gain yards off of that, but good job making the tackle and not allowing a bigger gain from that.
2 backs in the backfield along with Zamora, who hands the ball off to Shills over that left-hand side on a little power. He breaks it up, has some room, and continues to move his feet inside the 25 to about the 22, 23-yard line of the Blue Devils, as that left side of the defense for Wahai getting overpowered, and there's a reason. We'll talk about it here as they get lined up. The Blue Devils on that side of the line, their defense at the defensive line anyway, 6 foot 205 is Cole Schmidt. Angels Ramos, 5'7", 220. On the other side is 5'9", 175 and 5'11", 205 from Omar Cruz and Jacob Humphrey. That's a little bit different from what they're facing as they hand off to Shills over this right-hand side this time. He cannot get the edge. He's wrapped up, and the Blue Wave rallies to get him down at around the line of scrimmage. On that left tackle for the Riverhawks is Jared Miyako. He's a junior at 6'4", 280 pounds. The guard on that side is 5'11", 220. They're big boys.
Oh yeah, definitely, and they're going to have to, and I'm sure Coach Greg knows about it, and I think he has some things schemed up to be able to counteract that, and potentially the players are finding out ways to be able to take advantage of the size, because maybe they use the agility, and because they're not going to be able to outstrength the guy who's 100 pounds heavier than them.
Snap goes back, JP, fake handoff. He's going to do the RPO, and he'll take it on the right-hand side. He'll be wrapped up on the sideline and brought down hard by the Blue Devils. Wick in there to wrap him up and bring him down. Of course, JP Zamora, not a small man by himself. He's a sophomore at 6'4", 185, and has some quick feet back there to run around as they set up again for that offense. They don't need to huddle up, really. They can do a quick huddle like Hanford did last week. All of them have their wristband that they're working with and can go in and out real easily. They kind of have a loose muddle huddle as Zamora hands the ball off to Malik as he breaks 2 tackles in the backfield and drags another defender into the end zone for the touchdown. And Malik, who is the running back for the Chiawana Riverhawks, Gabe Shills, the running back for him, is 5'11", 190 pounds, and he's solid.
Yeah, definitely. They can't have these situations where they're missing tackles, because in the group, this is where the group tackling becomes effective, is to stop in case of that situation. But if multiple people start to miss those tackles, it's going to be a problem, especially with them running the ball so much.
Extra point on as the snap's down, kick is up, and the kick is good as one of the Chiawana Riverhawks blocked a Blue Devil where his helmet flew off and drove him into the turf. That's kind of interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that one as we'll take a break. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 92.9 FM KGDC.
When it comes to life, there's so much to see, more to see than can ever be seen, in fact. That's why at Valley Vision, our mission is caring for your eyesight. Valley Vision is a full-service optometry clinic that uses the latest in computer and laser instrumentation. Your personal care is our way of life, our reason for being at Valley Vision. Seeing better is one thing. We want you to look better too. Your eyes won't believe our frame selection and styles. Valley Vision, 22 West Main Street, Walla Walla.
For 69 years now, Dale Gray's Buick GMC has been the easiest place in Walla Walla to buy a new or used car, get your vehicle repaired, or to buy parts and accessories. Why? Because for 69 years, we have made it easy. No pressure, no overselling of services you don't need, just simple, straightforward dealings in everything we do. Our sterling reputation has been earned by practicing what we preach for the last 69 years. Dale Gray's Buick GMC, South 9th across from the fairgrounds, Walla Walla.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back to Burleski Stadium as the kicker for Chiawana again lines up on the 40-yard line. Both pods off on either side of the formation for him. Got to really watch on these because they'll try to onside it. This is a little pooch kick as it comes down. And he called the fair catch as he was like, that was kind of like the deer in the headlights thing. He knew he raised his hand and waved it, He caught it, and there was about a
narrow trails that will stop other side-by-sides in their tracks, but it's still loaded with features like a 475cc liquid-cooled engine. There's also independent rear suspension with dual-rate springs so you can ride in comfort all day long. The 5-speed electric shift transmission lets you drive in fully automatic mode or manual mode with paddle shifters. So head to USA Honda, 1371 Dalles Military Road, and check out the 2020 Honda Pioneer 500 today.
Doyle Electric delivers an amazing range of services and products to the Walla Walla Valley. Doyle Electric's 5 divisions all strive to satisfy every customer every time. Doyle Security and Electronics is the source for all your alarm system needs. The most up-to-date security systems, fire systems, door access, and CCTV systems available to keep you, your family, and business safe and secure now and in the future. The best products and service. Doyle Electric. We care about your safety.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back to Burlesque as we enter the second quarter of play here, and the Riverhawks leading the Blue Devils 14-7 here in Walla Walla as we want to make sure we recognize our sponsors. Of course, our pregame brought to you by Kip Kelly for Port Commissioner District 1. Tonight's pregame show, of course, sponsored by the committee to elect Kip Kelly. On November 5th, you can elect Kip as the next Port Commissioner for District 1. Kip wrapped up 36-year career with Coffee Communications this summer and looks forward to focusing all of his energy on the Commissioner's role and dedicating himself to enhancing the county's economic vitality. As Zamora sets up in pistol, has it, drops, wants to throw, does, over the top, and it is almost intercepted by the Blue Devils as Ashbeck was going after the ball, and it was just a little bit low off of his fingers, and it hits the turf. He thought that ball was going to float a little bit higher, I think.
Yeah, definitely, and there was a lot of defenders there, so it was a good look at least, even though there wasn't any interception there, which would have been very helpful. But to see the defense definitely starting to read a little bit better, now if they can just get to wrapping up and getting there in time, they're definitely reading it well.
As they'll hand off the ball to the running back, and he'll bring it up on the left side again across the 10-yard line up to the 9, and we'll have the first down. It'll be first and goal for the Riverhawks as we get ready to see here if the Blue Devils, with their back against the wall, and they've been pretty good at this for the last couple of seasons, when they're pressured, they come up with a big play here as Zamora, again, in pistol, takes it, hands off to Shills, looking for some room on that left side, tries to get on the out, does, breaks the tackle, and then jumps into the end zone for the score for the touchdown as the Riverhawks now will go up 20-7 here at Burlesque, and the running game for the Riverhawks working very well.
Yeah, and we saw that coming into this. They were doing a lot of dink and dunk running, and it's starting to show that dink and dunk's starting to become bigger plays now.
Extra point coming up for the Riverhawks. Kick up, and the kick will be good. 21-7 our score with 11:29 left here in the first half. Riverhawks lead. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
This message is brought to you by the Animal Clinic East, serving the Walla Walla Valley's small animal veterinary medical needs. This message is brought to you by the Animal Clinic East, serving the Walla Walla Valley's small animal veterinary medical needs. This message is...
Need to make your house or apartment a little bigger? Hey, remodeling's expensive. All you need to do is store some of your stuff. And Burn Street RV and Mini Storage has the perfect size units for you. Burn Street RV and Mini Storage is located just off of Reese Avenue over by Memorial Golf Course, right here in Walla Walla. Call 520-1467 for more information on the available sizes. That's 520-1467. And if you mention that you heard this ad on the radio, you'll get a special rate. Call now, 520-1467 for Burn Street RV and Mini Storage.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back to Burlesque Stadium. Blue Devils trail 21-7 here against the league-leading Riverhawks as we want to make sure to mention Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5. Our home, our families, our children, our city. My focus. Vote Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5. Brought to you by the Vote Knock team as the kick is up and will float down to Wick at about the 5-yard line. He'll bring it up to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Looking for some space, and a white, about 3 white jerseys hit him down at the 20. Pick up a 15 yards on the return, but a nice kick coverage there by the Riverhawks.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they're going to put a focus there, but because they have we have Josiah Wick on the return, and he is a top 10 all-purpose yards in the conference. He can make the plays, and they know that that's going to be something that they're going to try to get, is those big plays with Josiah Wick, and they're covering that.
Twin wide receivers to the far side, one to the near side as the quarterback settles under center. Handoff to Humphrey, straight up the middle, and he gets obliterated right in the hole as number 11, Caleb Alvarez, from his linebacker position in the middle, comes up and lays a licking on him. As I'm looking out there, and it looks like number 6 at quarterback for the Blue Devils. Wait till he turns around here. And it is. It's Marticelli out there at quarterback for the Blue Devils. Handed the ball off to Humphrey, and he got hit immediately upon getting into the line. And when you look up on that front line, they have 2 down linemen and 3 linebackers in the middle of the field as Marticelli gets the ball out to Wick. Wick has it up on the sidelines and gets close to a first down, but a flag is thrown in the backfield. Not sure what that's going to be on.
Yeah, and definitely they're going to be needing a lot of quick passes to be able to get this ball out and to take the pressure off of the offensive line, which has been struggling a little bit. So they're going to need to take that pressure off and be able to get the ball out quickly so that they can get those dink and dunk yards and be able to keep the defensive line away from the quarterback.
And that penalty will be on the Riverhawks. It's roughing the passer as Marticelli had the ball away. Wick had it and brought it up the sidelines. They'll add on a bunch here, and that will help field position immensely for the Blue Devils as they'll mark it down at the 42-yard line of the Blue Devils with 10:37 left here in the first half. Marticelli will be in the huddle, breaks it, sends his guys out, sends twins up to the near side, one to the far side. That's Ashbeck all alone on the far side. He'll settle up under center with Humphrey behind him. That'll be handoff to Humphrey. He gets hit, breaks a tackle. Nice job by Humphreys. He got hit by 3 guys in the backfield about 3 yards deep. He broke the tackle, got out on the outside, and was able to pick up about 3 yards. Good heart by the young man.
Yeah, and we've seen that throughout the season thus far, maybe early in the season, but we've seen that effort and that fight coming from him. And he may not be the biggest guy, he may not be the tallest guy, but he puts a lot of heart. And even one of the top run-stopping defenses struggles a little bit to stop him every once in a while.
As Marticelli will have it, he gets it out to Wick again on a little hitch, and it'll pick up about 3 yards on that hitch. And the Riverhawks really aggressive with their pursuit, and it'll be interesting to see if maybe Lufer will throw in something here on a misdirection play, or if they will try to get some change of direction or get them flowing and come back the other way on a counter. We have not seen any counters so far from the Blue Devils or a reverse or anything of that nature, and the way that the Riverhawks are attacking the football right now, it'd be interesting to see if they're going to maybe put that in possibly at halftime, or if not sooner today. Twin wideouts on either side as Marticelli takes it, drifts, looks, throws the ball deep down the field. Double covered wide receiver jumps up to make it, but a penalty flag is thrown as Wick was double covered. I couldn't even see him there. It looked like a whiteout, like you turned on your television screen and all you saw was static.
And Wick can do those special things, and even with double coverage, when you take those deep ball possibilities, even if you don't get that pass, there's always a chance for a pass interference on those deep balls, because the refs start paying attention for pass interference, and they start looking for that, because just a little bit of contact can change that play.
And that will be good enough for a first down if, yeah, they're going to mark it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure here as, yep, they're going to call it on to the Riverhawks. It'll be a first down for the Blue Devils. They'll keep marching forward, and this time now they're going to be in Riverhawk territory with 9:05 remaining here in the first half. Blue Devils trailing 21-7 They have scored the exact amount of points that the Riverhawks have given up this season in 2 games. So kudos so far. Now it's time to double that up and get a score here before half as 3 wide receivers come to the near side, 2 to the far side, and a man comes in motion to the near side. That's Parrish. Marticelli has it, throws the ball up, trying to get a screen, but a jailbreak by the Chiawana Riverhawk defensive front is able to get in and knock the ball down and cause a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and that's why the quick passing game is definitely going to be needed. And they're trying those screens, and they're getting the ball out quickly. But even then, sometimes that jailbreak, it's just quick enough for even a quick pass not be effective every time.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line of the Riverhawks as Marticelli will get the play and come up behind center. Blitz being shown by Chiawana as he'll take it, hand the ball off to Humphrey, looking for some room. He'll break 1 tackle, keep his feet rolling, and get it up to the 35-yard line. Good job of very tough beast mode running by Humphrey.
Yeah, and that gives slight momentum not only to Humphrey and the running game, but also to the entire team. Seeing that kind of effort, trying to help the team get effective on offense again. And it shows, and it really makes it a lot more difficult for the defense when it's just tough to bring the guy down, even if you get there.
Twin wideouts again on either side for Marticelli, who sets up in pistol. Blitz again being shown by the Riverhawks. He rolls out, throws the ball, and it's almost intercepted by the Riverhawks as he tried to throw on the run and just didn't have his guy open. And that will bring up a critical situation here for the Blue Devils on a 4th down and 5, and we'll see what they're going to do as the ball is on the 35-yard line, and Hall will come out, I believe, to punt it away. He'll be standing at the 50. We'll see if we can do a little directional punt here as the Blue Devils will split out now. Everyone will get lined up. Snap goes back. Kick is up. It's a short kick, directional kick. Goes out of bounds near the 20-yard line, preventing any run back. And the defense for the Blue Devils will come out and attempt to stop this offense for the Riverhawks, which has been able to run and kind of assert their dominance on the run game very effectively here in the first half after the first set of plays.
And history shows that's what we could have expected coming into this game, and they've shown they're not changing their ways for anybody so far.
No, and you know that it's kind of funny because a lot of what they're doing we did in high school as far as the zone running plays, and it's just a matter of I'm going to do it better than you, and that's kind of their mindset as, again, they'll hand the ball off on that left-hand side, and this time the Blue Devils bring extra guys to the party and is able to bring down that running back, number 10, Gabe Schills, for a loss of 1 on the play. Nice adjustment there by the coaching staff for the Blue Devils.
And swarming to the ball has definitely been one of our strengths on defense, and that's going to be the best chance we have to stop the running game, even remotely.
2nd down and 10 for the Riverhawks, again in pistol. They'll send 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. That's the 6'5" gentleman on the near side. Fake handoff, under pressure is JP Zamora. He'll get it out. He has his running back on the outside. He breaks the tackle and he gets out to the 50, the 40, the 30, and then he's wrapped up by the safeties at the 30, actually they're going to call it at the 27-yard line of the Blue Devils. Great run there by the Riverhawks to break that because Zamora had a guy wrapped around him. He was just able to break that tackle.
And there seemed to be a miscommunication in the coverage, whether it was man or zone, I don't know. But there was a gap, and all the defenders, there was defenders around him, but no one was close onto him. So it looked like zone based off of it, and they just found the hole in the zone, but I could be mistaken.
As Zamora, again, will send twin tight ends on either side. Whistles blow, and a timeout is called. We'll take it with them. That's Chiawana that takes it. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM KGDC.
Many people want to reward their pets by giving them treats. The problem is we give too many treats composed of the wrong foods and for the wrong reasons. Take chocolate, for instance. Chemical found in chocolate can be toxic to dogs. In fact, it's best to avoid giving your pets any candy at all. Try substituting raw fruits or vegetables next time you're wanting to reward your pet with a treat. This message is brought to you by the Animal Clinic East, serving the Walla Walla Valley's small animal veterinary medical needs.
McDonald's Area Insurance provides for all of your insurance needs, including commercial, winery, farm, crop, auto, flood, life, health, long-term care, renters, and homeowners insurance. The McDonald's Area team includes more than 20 agents offering professional advice on all types of insurance matters. Give Dan Baffney, Doug Borth, Sean Borth, or David Borth a call today at 525-5730. Located at 22 East Main Street in Walla Walla and 305 East Main Street in Dayton, that's McDonald's Area Insurance. This team works for you.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back. Double tight formation here for the Riverhawks as Zamora sets up in pistol, takes the snap, hands the ball off. No, it's a play fake. They're going to go deep down the field, and it is caught into the end zone for the touchdown as they threw the ball deep on a 20-yard pass to their wide receiver on that side, Dion Lee. And he was able to come down with it after bobbling it a couple times in the end zone.
And when you run the ball this much and then get that play fake, it makes the defense, us even, fall for it, and then that just gives you just enough opportunity to get that deep pass in.
And with Zamora, pretty athletic kid, Shill's running the ball hard, and the athletes on the outside, they're looking pretty good this year. And that ball is kicked deep and lands way out by the fence for the Riverhawks. I believe that was good. And it'll be 28-7 now in favor of Chiawana as they have taken control here in the first half. Want to make sure to thank our sponsor, Susan Smiley Nakaninsky, as she is running for City Council Position 5. Our home, our families, our children, our city. My focus. Vote Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5. Brought to you by the Vote Knock team. And we sure do appreciate her sponsorship this year as we're able to bring you all the action here for the Blue Devils as they are traveling to Hermiston next week. And we'll be bringing you that contest from high atop the ivory tower of Hermiston's football field, which is, if you've never been there, you need to call Dirk Hansen and Britt Adkins in the athletic office. Get on a Rooter bus and head down that direction and take a look because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see. The field is fantastic, and it's a great setting for a football game. And I think the Blue Devils going down there are going to have a pretty fun contest with the Hermiston Bulldogs, who are pretty good in all accounts from last year. And this year, I think they just had their quarterback get injured. And we'll see what happens this week, but should be a good contest as the Riverhawks kick the ball away to Wick. Wick up to the 20, to the 25, sidesteps a man, spins out of a tackle, but then is knocked down at the 24-yard line, and the Blue Devil offense will come out to try to set the tone here and get something before half. The Blue Devils will send Marticelli out at quarterback with the ball at the 20, we'll call it 3-yard line. First down and 10, 6:51 left in the first half. Blue Devils trail 28-7 here at Burleski Stadium.
And one of the things that we need to see is the effectiveness that we've seen before, but it's definitely a lot more. I'm not going to judge them because this is a lot tougher of a defense than usual.
Oh yeah, definitely. They have a definite defense that they have brought with them. They pack their lunch. They have a huge group of men sitting in there, and they're running it a little bit differently too. They have their 2 defensive linemen. They have 3 linebackers in the middle of the field that are in between those linemen that are on the ends. Then 2 linebackers on the outside of the ends. And then you have your corners and safeties setting up. And it's a little different. We don't see that very often. We'll sit down here and look now. They have a nose that they'll walk all around. Now 2 linebackers come up on that left side as Marticelli will take the ball, hand it off, and I believe that lost the ball on that. And will it be a Riverhawk ball? Yes, it will. Riverhawks take the ball there as they came on the blitz on the left side of the defense and was able to get in and knock it away.
And one of the things that they've done well is they've contained the edge. And, well, if you don't have the edge, it's hard to pass the ball because now you have the edge rush. It's hard to run it outside, and they're basically forcing them to try to go inside. And if you know it's coming inside, it's a lot easier to contain.
And they've been able to control it with the guys that they have on the edge. It's a little bit different when you have guys that you can put up there that are 6'4", 280, that are, 6'2", 240, 5'11", 220, and can run. And it makes it really difficult for the offense to kind of get something done on that outside when you can lock it down, get by guys, and you have a free run at the quarterback or running back there. Snap goes back. Zamora hands the ball off to Shills. Shills looking for some room, and he will bring it up to the 15. I think maybe they got somebody in for Shills now. Is that somebody in for Shills? Number 10? No, that's still Shills. Gabe Shills in there, and he'll be brought down for a big gain on that play. A game pickup of about 7. Bring up 2nd down and 3.
And we're continuing to see Chiawana's workhorse just grinding the defense down and giving their defense a break, which that's part of the reason their defense is so effective is if you can run the ball, your defense gets a break. And if you got a great defense like Chiawana does, that's all you need is rest, and then you can use that athletic ability to make plays.
As Zamora will again be behind center. Take it and fake the handoff. Going to look to throw it. Has his wide receiver, and he'll be into the end zone for the touchdown. Had the tight end just kind of break it out on a little out route. Wide receiver cleared it out with a post, and we're able to get in there because they're using the outside linebacker to come up on that edge on the play fake, and it very difficult because usually on a defense you'll have one guy responsible for a gap, right? And you'll be able to come in. The problem is that these gaps are very large, and they're having to bring extra guys to try to get into those gaps, and the running back is causing that along with the line. And so it's going to open up that play action pass, and Chiawana's taking advantage of it right now because they have the personnel.
Not only that, but the quarterback did a touch pass right over the defender who got the pressure and just made a great pass, even with pressure coming up on him.
And the officials throw a flag on the Blue Devils. I'm not sure of the call here. It is on the Blue Devils, and I don't know what's going on here. They set up again. Just another flag on the play, and the ball didn't move at all. They'll set up for the extra point. Whistles blow. And the snap goes back. Kick is blocked by the Blue Devils as the Blue Devils special teams comes in and is able to knock the ball away. 34-7 with 5:14 left here in the first half. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM KGDC.
At D.A. Davidson, we are proud of our company's extensive legacy of community involvement. We encourage our financial professionals to volunteer throughout Walla Walla County because we know the importance of improving the world, starting here at home. When you need help in planning your financial future, wouldn't you prefer to work with the firm with local connections? D.A. Davidson has been based in the Northwest since 1935. Come see us at 102 West Main Street. D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC.
When you're looking for new flooring for your home, it can be a struggle to find someone you can trust to help you make the right choice. Connor's recipe for satisfied customers includes friendly staff and interior designers and top quality brand name products, including hardwood, vinyl planks, carpet, tile, countertops, and blinds. Give us a call today at 522-0176 or visit us on the internet at connorsflooringanddesign.com or stop by our brand new showroom at 650 Northeast Rose Street. Connors Flooring and Design. We'll take good care of you.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back to Burlesky Stadium as Stacy Estes, our vice principal, walking down on the walkway here in front of the student body who've come out to support the Blue Devils in this home contest. Nice to see everybody out here tonight. A big crowd out here tonight for this football game. Really enjoy seeing how the student body getting behind the Blue Devils here as they are in their third game of the season and really kind of showing a spark this season on getting the win against Southridge, playing Hanford tough. This game, kind of a rougher game, but so far. But Chiawana, a pretty good ball club and probably going to be in the hunt for some accolades at the end of the season.
Yeah, and fan support's one of the most important things to have. And if you don't have the fan support, it becomes a lot harder to play your best because you're not getting the support, you're not getting that belief. People don't believe in you, it's a lot harder to believe in yourself.
As the kick goes back, Wick will pick it up. It falls to the turf. Out of his hands, he picks it up and brings it up to the 10-yard line. And the Blue Devils will come out on offense with 5 minutes remaining here in the half, trailing 34-7 here at half, and we'll try to put something up on the board, and Marticelli will be the quarterback coming out for the Blue Devils. So as we sit down and look at what they're going to try to do here, we'll see the line play. I'm really kind of curious to see the defense for Chiawana as the two ends. Yeah, they're just loading up the box as they'll hand off to Humphrey. Humphrey breaks a tackle, is able to get it up to the 10-yard line, a pickup of about 3 on the play, and that was just almost all Humphrey as there was a lot of jailbreak going on as the linemen are doing their best to kind of get into the backfield and disrupt.
Can you blame Chiawana for wanting to bring pressure?
No.
Because they are they're very backed up, and one mistake can lead to a safety. So they're going to bring the pressure and hope to make mistakes, and we just got to hope that our team plays smart and can make the smart play calls and just play smart overall.
As the defense, again, sets up in the box, and they'll hand the ball off, and going nowhere is the running back as he's hit as soon as he touched the football, as there was a whole jailbreak on the left side of the defense. Very difficult to have any space to do anything back there, as soon as Humphreys had the football, he was tackled immediately.
Jailbreaks are going to be coming the entire time as long as they're pushed back, but you also want to run the ball just so you don't get a safety, so it's kind of a catch-22 in this situation, unless you get one lucky play to get you out of there.
Pistol formation for Marticelli as he calls for it, looks, wants to drop and throw, does on the outside. He tries to get it to Pauly, and it goes in and out of his hands at the 10-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down and 10 for the Blue Devils. And that will be a punt situation for Hall with less than 3:45 left here in the half. And Hall's going to try to get some distance here for the defense, as Chiawana will send back number 22 to return. That's Riley Sisney, 5'9", 170-pound running back. He's a senior, sitting at the 40-yard line of the Blue Devils. Snap goes back to Hall. He gets the kick up and away. Nice job of kicking. Fair catch called for and taken by the Riverhawks at the 35-yard line of the Blue Devils. Oh, I'm sorry, at the 35-yard line of the Blue Devils. And that's where the Riverhawk offense will come out here. And we'll see if the defense can stop this running attack of Shills. And Zamora from this play-action pass throwing to his 6'5" and 6'4" wide receivers down the field.
Yeah, on offense, it's a catch-22 kind of situation. When you go for the run, well, now you can just throw it to his 6'5" receivers. What do you do in that situation? Bring in the box, and then you got to leave your guys on against a taller receiver.
Zamora drops, wants to throw under pressure, gets it out, bounces the ball to his wideout. A flag is thrown back at the 44-yard line as the quarterback was under severe pressure on the outside, as the Blue Devils overloaded the left side of the offense, as they'd been running that direction quite a bit. They just overloaded at that side. We'll see what the call is going to be here. The white hat will come up and let us know. And it will be on the Riverhawks, and it's deep in their backfield, so that's going to be a big penalty for them, as the clock is at 3:33 in the half. 34-7. Want to make sure again to thank our sponsors, Susan Smiley Nakaninsky. Our home, our families, our children, our city. My focus is vote Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5. Brought to you by the Vote Knock team, as Chiawana will hand the ball off again, looking for some space, and the Blue Devils will have none of it as they hold them up and bring them down at the original line of scrimmage. Nice job there by the Blue Devil defense.
Yeah, and if they can get stop the run in this situation. They're going to have to force that deep ball, and if you can make it predictable that they're going to throw the deep ball, maybe you can get your guys ready and get the coverage that's needed to stop that.
I would really like to see a turnover here deep in this territory on this second and very long. It'd be interesting to see what they're going to go here. They've normally gone with a play action pass in this direction. They have a couple of wide receivers. They might try to put one up over the top. Wick's lined up against the 6'5 receiver. Let's see what Zamora and the coaching staff for Chiawana does here. Zamora drops, looks, wants to throw, does to a screen pass, and nice job on the outside by the Blue Devil defense as number 20 for Wahai is out there to bring down the running back. That's Logan Ashbeck, the sophomore.
And we're going to see a deep play situation, or maybe they'll go conservative with such a lead. We will see. But what I do know is that this becomes a situation that they're going to start watching that first down marker, and they're going to play smart about it, because they can't allow another first down, especially on a situation like this. It would drain the morale they have at this point.
And I want to make sure to stay away from the penalties, PIs and whatnot, as Zamora takes it, hands the ball off on the left side. Broken tackle there by the linebacker. A tackle and out of bounds as some fighting breaks out. Wick got into the face of one of the Chiawana Riverhawks. I don't know if that's going to be on us or them, as there were some blows being thrown. Lupfer goes over, puts his arm around Wick, and has a serious conversation with him. It's almost fatherly. I mean, if you look down on the sidelines right now, as Lupfer has his hand around him, has it over his shoulder, and he's having that conversation with him. We'll see what they're going to call here and mark here, as that broken tackle got him the first down on that sideline. Wick came up, got him on the sidelines, drove him out of bounds, and then there was some pushing and shoving and some aggression. And I mean, you'll see that. These are young men, a lot of testosterone going on down there on the football field, as they have to be able to kind of say what's going on. You know what I mean? It's a different emotional contest.
Yeah, and that's the case, especially when the score is not close or really far apart. When it's a blowout like this, both teams get heated because one team wants to assert their dominance, the other one just does not want that whatsoever. And so you get some strong-headed people starting to get in each other's heads.
As they call it on number 6 for Chiawana. Wick started to get back up into the face of number 6 and had a push, and I think the official was kind of shaded from that, and his teammates came in and grabbed him in Lupfer, put him in that side kind of hug, I guess, as Zamora will try to go up, and Wick gets up and knocks the ball away. Great play by Josiah Wick to get in to the 6'5" wide receiver, jump and knock that ball away.
Way to assert dominance. The guy is almost a foot taller than you, and you're making plays. That's just, you don't see that in the NFL, where they don't allow those kind of mismatches, but apparently Coach Greg trusts Josiah Wick enough to be able to see him go against these guys and know that he'll be smart and athletic and be able to get to the ball even with the height advantage for Chiawana.
And Wick is athletic, man. That kid can move, and he has some quick twitch skills there. As Wick now comes on the blitz, Zamora gets hammered by Josiah Wick in the back, as they did not see it coming, and Zamora is having a hard time getting up, as Wick is jacked up as he laid the smackdown on Zamora.
And you got to wonder what was talked about that made Josiah get so heated that he's taking out on everyone at this point.
And he came out like he was shot out of a gun, and he hit Zamora just as his arm was coming forward, and it fell incomplete, bringing up 3rd down and 10.
Whether it was the defender or the coach, or the offense or the coach, someone got into Josiah and got that fire burning to where he wants to take every play, apparently.
Zamora now takes the snap, hands the ball off to his running back, breaks a tackle, now gets wrapped up and brought down by the defense from the Blue Devils. And if you're at home and you think, oh, well, you know, the game is, they're just going to kind of let it go and no one's going to be working, you know, to stop Chiawana. Well, that's not the case. These guys are bringing the wood right now, and it's 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the half. They're down 34-7, but you wouldn't know it by looking at what's going on the field.
Well, there's a lot of power and pride, and when your pride has been completely beaten on and your honor and pride is being attacked at this point, you're going to start fighting and clawing back and doing anything possible to show that you're not out of this.
Zamora now gets the ball out, and this time again, the Blue Devils are there, stopping the Chiawana Riverhawks. It's a turnover on downs as number 7 Parrish in there with the tackle to bring the Blue Devil offense to the field and get the turnover on that 4th and 10. Nice job there by the Blue Devil defense.
Yeah, and you don't mess with guys who feel like they've been being bullied around. You start getting them trapped in that corner, they're going to start fighting back. They're going to start doing everything they can. They're putting everything out on the field because no one wants to get embarrassed, especially at home.
And the Blue Devils will send 2 wideouts on either side. Low snap. Stepping up is the quarterback, but having no one to throw to on that low snap, he goes down. That's Marticelli, and he'll be sacked in the backfield at the 28-yard line, a loss of about 4 on the play, and the clock will run a timeout called by the Blue Devils with 28 seconds remaining in the half. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC, 1320 AM and 92.9 FM.
Columbia Basin. I'm going to make this super simple. I need to buy your car. I need to buy lots of cars. Kevin Smith here from Walla Walla Valley Honda, and our need for pre-owned vehicles is growing daily. I want any make, any model, any year, any mileage, everything. Whether you owe money on it or not, I'm interested in your vehicle. Many cases for the same amount you would get on the street. So keep it simple and bring your car to Walla Walla Valley Honda. In under 15 minutes, we'll make you a fair cash offer. So don't fix it, don't list it, don't wash it, and certainly don't make it hard. Find us at WallaWallaValleyHonda.com.
It's not until our car breaks down that it hits home just how dependent we are on horseless carriages. With car engines lasting longer than ever, car transmission repair or replacement is also more common than ever. If you're in need of having your transmission repaired or replaced, we can help you. Hello, Walla Walla. I'm Julie Doty. My husband Zach and his crew at Walla Walla Transmission are known for quality service and reliability. Come see us at Walla Walla Transmission, just north of West Rose Street at 204 Bennett, Walla Walla.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back to Burlesque as the Blue Devils will set up in pistol. 2 wideouts on the far side, 1 to the near side. Blitz being shown now by the Riverhawks as they'll step up, try to get in, and being sacked in the backfield is the quarterback as they brought the house again. As, they got double coverage down here on Ashbeck, and they are sending out the zone on the other side. And just nowhere to throw the ball and no time to throw the ball right now as they're walking all around. Usually you'll see high school defenses, they'll send 4 guys to the front line or 3 guys to the front line, and they'll have 4 or 3 linebackers that roam about 3 yards back, right? Here, they got guys walking up and back, overloading one side, then flipping to the other side on the snap. It's very difficult. I'm really keen on seeing what Coach Lupfer and the coaching staff does as they come back out here, because they get a chance to see what this defense looks like, because I imagine that this is a little different, because our offense is a little different from what other guys are running right now with the 2 backs, and what kind of adjustments they're going to make at halftime.
Yeah, and it becomes tough when you're running against a very unordinary defense, because you're practicing against standard defenses, and then all of a sudden you have to prepare for a defense that you don't really practice with. Usually you're going against a 4-3 or 3-4, especially 4-3 I've noticed. Wahai running a 3-4 traditionally with Highsaw and back in the day, but you start to see this change of ordinarity. You're starting to see these unique defenses, and then you have to practice each week for a completely different defense. And it just becomes tough because you don't have that consistency each week.
True enough. We'll go ahead and take a break here at halftime. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Why is Carrier equipment from Grassy Refrigeration such a great choice for your heating and cooling needs? There's a lot of reasons. We've been in business since 1958. Our technicians are highly trained and experienced. We install top-of-the-line equipment from Carrier. And we provide a full range of HVAC services, including planned maintenance, repairs, and air quality improvement. Plus, friendly service is always guaranteed at Grassy Refrigeration. Turn to the experts. Call Grassy today at 529-9700. That's 529-9700.
Dear Walla Walla, you live here, work here, and play here. Guess what? So do we. We get it. We raise our families right here in Walla Walla too. McCurley Integrity Toyota's Rick has provided 5-star service to Walla Walla for over 15 years. Linda, born and raised in Walla Walla, always offers positive financing solutions. Walla Walla residents love Caesar for the passion and integrity he brings to every deal. To Bruce, you're not just a customer, you're his Walla Walla neighbor. What we're saying is, we get it. Walla Walla is Walla Walla, and we're proud to be part of it. We will never let an out-of-town dealer beat our price on any new Toyota. We have the largest selection of pre-owned Toyota certified and integrity certified vehicles in Walla Walla, and many under $10,000. Come see our selection, because when you are here, you are family. Visit us today at McCurley Integrity Toyota or in the comfort of your own home at McCurleyToyota.com. Integrity in everything we do for you.
Finding a church home for yourself and your family has never been more difficult or more important. We at Walla Walla Presbyterian Church invite you to become a part of our faith community. We offer 2 spirit-filled worship services every Sunday. The first service at 9:01 is a casual service led musically by a praise band with an emphasis on congregational singing. The second service at 10:31 is more liturgical with organ, choir, and hymns, and has more of a teaching emphasis. Visit wwpc.org to learn more. That's wwpc.org.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back, and of course this halftime report brought to you by Narum Concrete Construction, serving Washington and Oregon since 1967. Narum Concrete is known for their quality and integrity, winning the Washington Aggregates and Concrete Association EIC Special Honor Award multiple times. They have over 50 years of experience with residential, commercial, and industrial products. If you're looking for an honest, local, and experienced concrete company, give Narum a call, because no pour is too big or too small. 509-525-5877. Again, that number, 525-5877. And want to thank them for sponsoring our halftime this season. Of course, Narum Concrete Construction, a great friend to the Blue Devils, and they have some relatives playing on the team this year, which is fantastic. I look down and I see all the students still here, checking it out, watching the band and the dance team here at halftime. And there's been a big change over at Walla Walla High School with some things that they're doing differently in the classroom. And I had a chance earlier on to sit down and talk to our principal, Ron Higgins, who, if you don't know, Ron can do backflips. And Principal Higgins kind of talked to us about the Hire Me First and the flex periods that are going on down at Walla Walla High School. And here's the interview that we had with him earlier on, and here it is. Ron Higgins.
I'm here with the principal for Walla Walla High School, Ron Higgins, and we've talked previously a little bit about the bond and about the Hire Me First, but now I want to talk a little bit about the flex periods, because that looks a lot different than what it did last year and even the year before that when we didn't really have a flex period. Talk about what flex is and why parents should be pretty excited about it, and students also.
Appreciate the opportunity to do so. We started Flex last year a couple times a week with the idea of students could get help in the courses that they need some help in. And while it was a good pilot, it didn't have quite the structure that we needed. So this year we're actually doing Flex period 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. It allowed for us to have a little more consistent schedule, but more importantly, it provided dedicated time during the school day for every student to get help in the classes that they needed to. And the area that we improved upon, though, is we also made one of those days each week on Thursdays a flex advisory. That means we've got a staff member, a caring person who meets with students over the course of the entire year, group of 15 to 20 students roughly, and has able to make a connection with them and help guide and help them advocate and realize what flex they should be choosing. So it's not just a little random, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm just going to go to study hall. They'll be more specific about what help they may need. The Flex Advisor also acts as an extra set of eyes to help encourage students if they maybe are having some trouble with our Hire Me First principle of getting to class on time, being respectful. They'll be doing some review of the students' attendance, grades, and even discipline in some cases to kind of not necessarily get anybody in trouble, but to kind of say, hey, I'm here to help. How can I help is kind of my routine on that. The Flexer Advisor is going to be someone who is there as an extra person to make sure that students are successful at Walla Walla High School.
And it really takes a village. Walla Walla High School is a big high school, and I really like it with 18, 19 kids in those classes, man. We're really getting a chance to see those guys, and hope that it carries on into the future, and we'll see how it works this year.
Great, appreciate that. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks.
That was our principal, Ron Higgins, and a little bit later on, we're going to talk to the principal, Ron Higgins, about the bond and some of the Hire Me First stuff that we are doing at the school, and it's a big, big deal this year as we are focusing a lot on the, hey, after high school, a lot of our kids, some of them are going to go to college, some of them are going to go to tech school, some of them are going to go to community college, and some of them are going to enter the workforce, and it's really important, even after college, hopefully they'll get into the workforce, because that's the point of college. It's not just to keep studying. And so as they go into college and get into the workforce, there's a lot of things that are really super important that we want to make sure that they have, that they're going to be good employees, and we've partnered a lot with the local businesses here in Walla Walla to bring that to the forefront, and are really focusing on that in our advisory periods, and we'll have a chance to talk about that a little bit later in this contest to keep everybody kind of on the cutting edge of knowing what's going on over at Walla Walla High School. So it's not a vacuum. We want to make sure the public knows what's going on out there, and bring that information to you as we get rolling through this entire season, because Walla Walla High School is a lot more than just athletics. There's a lot of stuff going on over at Walla Walla High School, and we'll make sure to bring all that information to you, our public, our listening audience, our compadres, as we get ready to get into our next part of the season. Second half, interesting to see what's going to happen, really stopping that running game and the play action pass for the defense for Walla Walla High School, and being able to establish a consistent schedule on offense for Walla High is probably going to have to be the key here going against this team. The turnovers are really hard to overcome.
Yeah, and they're going to have to look to what worked and what didn't work, and essentially scrap what didn't work, and keep pushing that strength. And if they continue to do even and bring momentum, they can bring that into future games. And no matter what happens, as long as they fight with everything they've got against this defense, it's only going to be good for them in the future when they play less challenging defenses.
Yesterday, Kamiakin took on Hanford, and of course the Blue Devils in a nail-biter against Hanford last week, losing 28-25. Hanford took on Kamiakin on Thursday, and Kamiakin beat them 55-41, a very high-scoring contest, which leads me to believe that there's that the athleticism of Kamiakin is always very high. You always have guys who can really run. I talked to Highsaw earlier this week about their state playoffs, and one thing he always mentioned is, hey, Kamiakin has some dudes that can just fly. They have some athletes that can go. And when I talked to Highsaw about that for track, those guys are 2-sport athletes, 3-sport athletes, and they're out there. They're long and strong and can go. And against Hanford, we saw them last week. They had some of those dudes back there too that could run it and could go. And so it's going to be an interesting contest for homecoming, because Kamiakin comes here for homecoming, and they've generally been pretty dominant just because of the style of defense that they play, which is that 3-3. But with the way that we're running our offense now, it's going to be a little bit different, and they're going to have to bring that four down lineman look against the Blue Devils. Might be a little bit of hitch in their giddy-up when it comes to that too.
Yeah, and in that situation, I'm going to assume, and I shouldn't assume, but Kamaikan's probably going to bring pressure with their linebackers if they do stay in that 3-3. They're going to put more linebackers in the box because you can't stay in that 3-3 and be conservative with it. You have to bring the aggression if you're going to stay in that formation.
And I can still remember 2-3 years ago when Coach Graham was here on the coaching staff, he was showing me the blitzes that he diagrammed out of that 3-3 for Kamaikan. And there were, I think he said he stopped counting when there was like 120-something different blitzes that they ran out of that 3-3, which that's incredible that he diagrammed 120-some blitzes. But just to know that those guys know those blitzes and what to do in them is something else. But yeah, I think you're right. It's kind of the Russian roulette defense. You know, you're gonna keep spinning the chamber, but one time you're gonna have a bullet in that chamber, and Wahai is gonna hit a big play on it because something's gonna break down. And that's going to be bad for the Kamaikan defense and great for us. And here against Chiawana, they're kind of doing the same thing. They're bringing pressure. They have guys on the outside with those wide receivers that are covering them that are dudes. But having said that, there's always that deal where, I bit on the post, or I bit on the out, and all of a sudden my guy's gone. And that bullet's in the chamber, and they score a big play.
Yeah, and we have athletic players, maybe not the same size, but we have some quick and chippy guys. So if you're a step behind, that's just enough for someone like, say, Josiah Witt or Ashbeck, which Ashbeck has some amazing hands. I remember seeing him this summer making one-handed catches like nothing.
Odell Beckham style. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to have the kickoff to tonight's second half between the Chiawana Riverhawks and the Wahai Blue Devils. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Pocket iNet Communications is now offering internet service that is an incredible 20 times faster than cable to the residents of Walla Walla Valley. You too can get access to this super high-speed gigabit internet by visiting pocketinet.crowdfiber.com and entering your address. That's pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. Welcome to Gigabit Country. No limits, just possibilities.
The word about Fazari's Pizza has gone global, and we thought you should be able to order on your mobile. So we took Fazari's.com down to the size of your palm. Grab your Android or iPhone and click on Fazari's.com for a sandwich, pasta, or pizza. That's the bomb. Just push this button and place your order. And you can even order extra and be a Fazari's hoarder.
Oh, boys, only you could make a smartphone sound so tasty.
Mamma mia.
Fazari's finest on Bridge Street in Clarkston. Why do so many people listen to KGDC and KGDC2? Could it be our market exclusives on the top two names in conservative news? KGDC 92.9 FM has 10 minutes of Fox News each and every hour, and KGDC2 102.3 FM is the exclusive home of townhall.com radio news. Plus, our stations have market exclusives on powerful features such as Breakpoint, Focus on the Family Minute, Dr. James Dobson's Family Talk, and more. 92.9 FM and 102.3 FM, the best radio in Walla Walla. Your local appliance pro knows a thing or two about which brands are most reliable. A recent survey of hundreds of appliance pros nationwide found that the three most reliable brands of refrigerators, ranges, dishwashers, washers, and dryers are Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. That's no surprise to Sonny Yeagers and his crew at Elgin Appliance and Milton Freewater. Elgin Appliance carries all three brands. Forget the box stores. Go to Elgin Appliance in Milton Freewater, the appliance pros. Open weeknights until 6:30, Elgin Appliance.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back to Burlesque Stadium as the Blue Devils are back down on the field. And if you stay tuned, at the end of the game, we're going to bring you an interview with Principal Ron Higgins, talking about the Hire Me First and the flex schedule along with the bond and how that's going with the construction, as construction will start up on Monday. So if you have a student who is attending Walla Walla High School, make sure to let them know and remind them, because there was an announcement later on in classes today that there is construction going on in the parking lot that is just on the other side of the W in the front of the complex, and they need to make sure they go a little bit early so that they can figure out what's going on with the parking and whatnot. But really really excited to see some of this stuff happen. We've needed a science building for a long time, and the voters for Walla Walla, you guys rock because you came through, and now the Walla Walla Blue Devil student body is going to have one of the best science centers and science classrooms in the state, and we've seen some of the renderings for them. It is super awesome, and I am exceedingly excited about what's going to happen there. As the Blue Devils get ready to kick off here, of course, all of our kickoffs brought to you by Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5, brought to you by the Vote Knock team. Make sure to vote for her for City Council Position number 5. Hall kicks the ball off, has it bounce out of bounds in between the 20 and the 25-yard line, and the Chiawana offense will come out and will go against this defense that really brought the wood at the end of the first half.
Yeah, definitely. They bring a lot of pressure on defense. And back to when you were talking about the school, you look at the chairs that we had in the science building when I went, they were talking about how like Drew Bledsoe was using that equipment. If you don't know who he was a quarterback in the 90s and early 2000s in the NFL. Not high school. He was in the NFL in the 90s.
Yep.
So it's old equipment.
And I'm really, thank you, Walla Walla. We really appreciate it. As Zamora lines up in pistol, wide receivers on either side of the formation, now brings in another man because they were not ready yet. Double tight formation for the Chiawana Riverhawks. They'll hand the ball off to their running back, number 25. He'll break a tackle out on the outside and get close to a first down as number 25 for the Riverhawks is Marvell Cooks, 5'10", 170-pound junior, and he'll bring it up for, actually he ran out of bounds earlier than that. He just ended up by the sticks. It'll be as they keep moving the yardstick now, they had it down at about a 4-yard gain. Now it's about a 7-yard gain. Second down and 3.
And that's when the sideline becomes your best friend.
Wide outs on either side again. Double tight on either side of the formation for Zamora, who lines up in pistol. Gets the ball, hand off to Cooks, up the middle, looking for some space, wrapped up, still fighting forward. He'll have the first down. Nice job of running there by Cooks, but coming up with that tackle for the Blue Devils is number 22 for the Blue Devils, and I'm going to look and see here who is out there for the Blue Devils. Number 22 is Drake Stevens, the sophomore, as they had him come up to make the tackle from his safety position.
And even though they got the first down, this is why it's so evident that we need the group tackling, because one missed tackle, that could have been a lot bigger of a game if it wasn't a group tackle.
Pistol formation, Zamora has it, wants to throw the hitch, does. He's wrapped up and slung down by a Wick on that Chiawana sideline as the big man comes down with the catch. He's 6'5". It's real easy to throw that hitch on the outside and pick up some yardage there with some yak yardage.
Yeah, and that reminds me of what they ran with DK Metcalf back in Ole Miss. I believe like 70% of his routes was just hitch streak. And obviously, we don't want to see them continue to do that because that's just, I don't think they want to see it because it gets boring and it's not very effective if you continually do that.
As they do it again over on this sideline, runs an out as Wick brings him out of bounds across into Wall High territory at the 42-yard line. And Hunter Pauley, who's on the near side, matched up against one of their wide receivers. And Wick, of course, lined up against number 6 for Chiawana. That's Kobe Young. He's 6'5", 185. He's a junior. And with Josiah Wick, who is the corner on that side for the Blue Devils, there's a little bit of a height mismatch back there as Wick comes in at 5'7". As that pass is knocked away by Hunter Pauley. Great play there by Hunter to knock it away. At the 30, yeah, go ahead.
And you got to imagine the trust that Coach Greg has with his secondary to be able to trust them to be able to cover guys, even if there's a size mismatch. He trusts them to be able to play smart and to play physically to be able to kind of take away a little of that height advantage.
Hunter Pauley, I had him in baseball and had a chance to coach him, and he's a tough-minded young man and does a great job no matter how big he is. As he sets up pistol formation, Zamora has it, looks, wants to throw that hitch again, does, has the wide receiver on the outside. The big 6'5" wide receiver has it, gets out of bounds. Wick on the coverage again on that side.
And even though it's boring football, like I mentioned, the reason why this hitch is so important is because then you got the defense thinking hitch, and that's when you can get those deep balls, especially when you get the running game combined. You start to get those deep play actions. Not only, even if they don't bite on the run necessarily, they might bite on the hitch.
And you never know, you get that hitch and go, and that's kind of a scary situation if you overplay that hitch. And with that size, that'd be easy to run as they hand the ball off to Cooks. Cooks looking for some room up the middle. He's wrapped up, brought down by Ashbeck in the middle of the field. And that will be a pickup of about 4 yards. Our score, 34-7 in favor of the Riverhawks here in the second half with 7:50 left to play in the third quarter. Second down now, we'll call it 7-6. We'll call it 6. Second down and 6 for the Riverhawks in Blue Devil territory inside the 30-yard line. And Zamora moving the ball down the field on the Blue Devils, using the hitches and using the dives and zones by this offense. He'll drop, look, want to throw. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Flags fly, wrapped up, going to be sacked in the backfield. Nice job back there by the defense as they got back there and was able to bring him down. And looking for a number on that kid. Let's see, it might be Cole Schmidt out there, I think. As Cole, I believe it was Cole Schmidt with that sack. He's playing DN on that side. And one thing you can always count on with Cole is that he'll never stop until the whistle blows. He goes full speed 100% of the time. Flag on the play in the backfield. It'll be against the Riverhawks. They'll march them back because it was a deep hold. And they'll spot it, I believe, at the 45-yard line. And it'll be second down. So second down, they need to get the ball all the way up to about the 23 for a first down. The ball is at the 45. And the officials will confer on the sidelines with Coach Lupfer. They'll set it down. And here we go. Zamora in the pistol. Again, same formation, tight end on either side, wide receiver on either side for them. Sets up in pistol with the running back Cooks behind him. Hand off to Cooks. Over that left-hand side, the Blue Devils fill that hole and bring him down at the 45. Nice job of defensive adjustment by the Blue Devils to stop the run on the left-hand side of that offensive line that hurt him so bad in the first half.
Yeah, and it seems that Chiawana trusts the athleticism of their tight ends and their wide receivers to be able to continually call the same formation, trusting that the physicality will be able to allow them to both run and pass the ball from that formation. And Walhi's using their technique and making plays so far, and it seems like there's been adjustments to this scheme that Chiawana is running for Walhi to be able to make some plays so far.
Third down and long now. Zamora drops. Going to throw the screen pass, and right there was the defense. They read it very, very well. Number 52 for the Blue Devils, I believe. And it's not, as it's hard to see the numbers from all the way up here at Burleski Stadium, but a nice job there by the linebacking core to stop that. That might have been Humphrey back there that got into that, I believe, for that breakup of the screen.
And you know what they say about screens, or any play really, if it's too easy, it's probably meant to be.
Yeah, as the kicker has the ball go up, and it will bounce and go into the end zone, I believe. Did it get into the end zone, or did he stop it from the end zone? Let's see where they're going to mark it at. Looks like it did not get into the end zone. They will mark it down at the 1 yard line. Great punt there by the Chiawana Riverhawks as the offense for the Blue Devils will come on out. And I want to make sure to thank our big play sponsor, Owsley Insurance, a family-run independent insurance agency that specializes in all commercial and personal insurance. Owsley Insurance has been a staple in Walla Walla since 1983. If you are looking for an honest and reliable insurance agency that will work hard for your family, give them a call. Owsley Insurance, 525-5604, located at 525 North Wilbur Avenue. And with 5:55, they're going to say that the ball did go into the end zone. They bring it out to the 20-yard line, toss out to Humphrey, looking for some room on the outside, and he can't get it. as he's pushed out of bounds by 4 Riverhawks.
And that was a very important call, because if it was at the 1 yard line, that becomes a huge problem, because then the pressure starts to come and crash in. At the 20, at least you got a little room from there.
And they said that the player ran into the end zone, came back out, and didn't establish, and so that's why they were able to get the ball up at the 20-yard line. That will be a loss of a half a yard for Humphreys. Second down, and we'll call it 11 as the play clock continues to wind down. Inside of 15 as Marticelli will step into the huddle with 5:13 left in the third quarter. Wahai trailing 34-7. Humphreys in the backfield at tailback, I formation. Chiawana showing blitz, and Marticelli has it, hands the ball off to Humphrey, looking for some room, bounces it out to the outside, far right side, trying to get to the edge and just can't get around the corner as the Riverhawks have him cordoned off and bring him down for no gain on the play.
And even though there was no gain, that starts to get the defense to start paying attention. They might cut, they might change direction, so now they're starting to be a little focused on that, so they might start to hesitate a little bit. So even though that was not a gain, that could be beneficial.
Parrish now comes in for the fullback as Marticelli has the play and will step into the huddle on this 3rd down and 11. 4.5 minutes left here in the third quarter with Wahai trailing 34-7. Twin wideouts to the near side, one to the far side, the tight end on that far side. Marticelli behind center takes the snap. Fake handoff, wants to throw the bootleg, whistles blow. Marticelli gets smoked as the whistle blows. And we'll see what the call is going to be here as the flag is on the far side of the field. And they're going to call this against the offense on the Blue Devils. They got a little bit of a running start on this one. 3rd down and long, gets a little bit longer now as the Chiawana Riverhawks brought pressure from the edge. And that's something that the Wahai offense has had a hard time trying to stop. And, you know, I had a coach, Kim Cox, who used to say, you know, scheming is great. You know, scheming's great, but in the end, it's a lot about the Jimmies and the Joes. And it's a true statement. As Marticelli has it, drops, looks, wants to throw. Now is going to get flushed out to the near side, looking to throw the ball. Throws it out of bounds wisely as Wick was double covered on the play, and there was nobody to go to, and he was under extreme pressure in the backfield.
And when you got pressure, and then everyone knows you're going to try to throw it deep to get the first down, it becomes a combination that does not end well, because they know what to expect, and so they get their job done. And as long as no one screws up, they can shut down. Wahai doesn't make a turnover, so at least they can control a little bit of what happens from here on out for where Chiawana starts.
Hall back into punt. Dash Sermon warming up on the sidelines as Hall waits for the snap. Flags fly. Not sure. It looks like it's going to be against the Blue Devils as Chiawana clapping on this 4th and long. And it will be against the Blue Devils. They'll move them back 5 more yards. It'll be near the 10-yard line that the line of scrimmage will be. 3:24 left here in the third quarter. 34-7 our score. Chiawana leading here at Berlusky Stadium against the Blue Devils. Blue Devils with an early lead, 7-0, and then the Riverhawks have scored 34 unanswered points since that moment. And it's really been an uphill battle as the Riverhawks have brought pressure. Hall now in the end zone, waits for the snap, has it, kicks the ball, gets it away. An end-over-end kick will go out of bounds off the side of the foot of Hall as he was hurrying up to get rid of it. And Chiawana will come in with fantastic field position deep in Wahai territory.
And people don't talk about, they talk about pressure with quarterbacks, but they don't really talk about pressure with punters. They have to get their technique right, they have to place the ball, then they have to drop. There's quite a few things. But there's pressure coming. It's not just a little hesitate. So there's pressure that can come with punters, just like quarterbacks, and so it can cause mistakes, just like any other situation.
As Chiawana will send wide receivers on either side of the formation, tight ends on either side of the formation. One running back in the backfield right behind Zamora as he drops, looks, wants to throw deep into the end zone and does. Right there is the corner. Hunter Pauley steps right in front of the wide receiver and almost had the interception as it rebounded off of his shoulder pads. Good coverage, and now a late flag comes in by the official on the near sidelines. That was clearly after the play was over. Not sure what that was all about. I don't know what that was all about. The play was clearly over. Both teams were walking back to the huddle.
And it seemed like a clean play, but apparently the ref saw something that we didn't.
I believe there might have been something said because there was some grabbing going on in the end zone, and Hunter Pauley might have said something to the side judge, and it looks like that's what did happen. A great play. Got to keep your cool there. Got to keep your cool. As Zamora now sits up in pistol, same formation, looks over the defense, has it, will fake handoff and keep it on a run pass option, looking to the sidelines, puts his head down and gets into the end zone. Did he? Did they call a touchdown on that? No one's reacting to it, and it looks like, no, he stepped out just shy of the end zone. Second down and goal now from the 1 foot line on the far side hash, on the far side pylon, with 1:40 left here in the third quarter. It's been an emotional ball game, and I like the fight that the Blue Devils have shown tonight so far in this contest.
Yeah, and it's tough to cover the RPO or run pass option because they can do literally anything at that point.
As the Blue Devil defense gets in and brings down the running back for a loss on the play. That's their starting running back, number 10 for the Chiawana Riverhawks, Gabe Shills, and he's able to prevent him from getting into the end zone on that 1 foot line and drop him for a loss of 2 as he tried to get on that left side again for that zone, and they was not able to break into the end zone there. Brings up third down and goal.
And we haven't seen him as much in the second half as we did in the first half.
Zamora now hands off the ball again to Shills, and this time there's a big old hole on that left side, and he trucks into the end zone for the touchdown. So 40-7 our score here at the end of the third quarter with 45 seconds remaining, and the extra point coming up for the Riverhawks. And we'll see if they're going to kick it. Looks like they are, as they're setting up the tee. And the Riverhawks will line up. 40-7 our score. Chiawana getting ready to kick the extra point here.
At this point, all Wahai can do is try to get some momentum going into the next game against Hermiston. But there are some positives to take away. This was, even though the score doesn't reflect it, there were some big positives that we've had against Chiawana so far in this game.
That kick is up and good. 41-7 our score. Chiawana leading here in the third quarter. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM KGDC.
What kind of large format printing can we do for you? Hi, this is Sheila from Postal Annex, and I am so excited to tell you about our new wide format printer copiers. With these machines, we can print vinyl and paper banners, enlarge a family photo to poster size, print your favorite photo to canvas, or print blueprints for your construction job. And ask us about our quick turnaround times for high-speed color or black and white printing for flyers, letters, announcements, or small posters. That's at Postal Annex in the Plaza Way Shopping Center, Walla Walla.
Hey parents, with the kids going back to school, don't forget the excellent after-school program available at your Walla Walla YMCA. The Y is the place to be after school for our young people. Archery, karate, acro-gymnastics, and youth strength training all start in September. The Y's after-school program is now open for registration. Just pick up a packet at the front desk. To learn more, visit www.ymca.org or stop by 340 South Park Street. The YMCA, committed to building our community.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back as Chiawana gets ready to kick the ball away. And of course, our kickoff sponsored by Susan Smiley Nakaninsky, please vote knock. Sponsored by the Vote Knock team for City Council Position 5, Our Home, Our Families, Our Children, Our City, My Focus. Vote Susan Smiley Knockaninsky for City Council Position 5. As Chiawana will boot it away deep, and Wick will come up with it at the 10, up to the 15, to the 20, to the 30, has some space, up to the 40, looking for some room, 50, up to the 40, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A big return by Josiah Wick.
And never sleep on Josiah. He has a lot of electric ability, and I think Chiawanna's starting to sleep on him a little bit. There's been a lot of quiet kickoffs, a lot of touchbacks, a lot of fair catches, a lot of no big plays, and then they sleep on him just a little bit, and he has the speed to cut the corner, and he did that, and that was a huge gain.
Very athletic young man as he's able to get that corner, got the wall. Good job by the blockers. No flags on that play, which is huge, and they're able to get some good field position here at the 35-yard line. The quarterback in for the Blue Devils now under center. Snap. Handoff, Marticelli gets it to Humphreys. Humphreys has some room, little jump cut to the outside, stiff arms a man and is brought down, a gain of about 7, and a late flag comes in. My guess is that it's going to be a horse collar because of how he came down. Now, I said that last time and it wasn't, and it is a horse collar on Chiawana. Nice call there by the official in the back as I saw him go down and he was kind of pulled backwards. And whenever you see that, it's just not natural for that to happen. And they've really kind of put a kibosh on that because of the injury situations with kids.
Yeah, and now Wahai is in a great position to be able to score more than any team has scored against Chiawana. There's a positive at least.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the way that they've played tonight against Chiawana, I've been very impressed with how really they've continued to fight against this team, because there is some mismatches with the Jimmies and the Joes that are out here with the size comparison and the strength comparison, the speed comparison, and they're sticking with them and they're keeping going on it.
And when you have this kind of heart, that's what matters in the close games, because that's what takes you over.
As the handoff goes to Humphreys over the left-hand side, he'll pick up a couple of yards here on first down, bringing up second down, and we'll call it 8 for the Blue Devils, and that will end the third quarter. Blue Devils knocking on the door inside the red zone of Chiawana. 41-7 our score. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
You've worked hard to make it beautiful. Now get your yard ready for colder weather. L&G Ranch Supply, your local True Value hardware store in Walla Walla, carries rakes, fall fertilizers, lawn bags, tarps, everything you need to keep your yard looking nice through the winter. Plus, find a great selection of men's and women's Carhartt clothing. Remember to pick up a bag of Science Diet dog or cat food for your furry friends. Ask about weekly specials as well. Stop in today. L&G Ranch Supply, your local True Value hardware store off Tosick Way. A trusted name in the Walla Walla Valley, it's L&G Ranch Supply.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. So swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. Limited time offer while supplies last. Discount depends on tire size and type. Cannot be combined with other offers. Details at leschwab.com.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back to Burlesky Stadium as the Blue Devils driving on the Chiawana Riverhawks. And this defense has given up 7 points going into tonight's contest. And the Blue Devils trying to double that here in tonight's game as Humphrey, who is the running back for the Blue Devils, has made some great cuts back there to get into position along with this line that is just now getting used to this defensive front Chiawana's putting up. As Marticelli drops, throws the ball up, has Humphreys. He's hit hard and continues to push his feet up. Great job there by the sophomore as he was wrapped up as soon as he hit it, kept a hold of the ball, tried to keep his feet pumping, gets to the 9-yard line. That'll move it up about 3 yards. It'll bring up third down and a long 6 for the Blue Devils for the first down inside the 5.
And I've got to admit, I've never seen a guy have to tackle running back twice in the same play. He wrapped him up, He was still going, and then he had to lift him up again just to get him to the ground.
Marticelli behind center. Lines up, long snap count. Now takes it, hands the ball off to Humphrey up the middle, and he's buried at the 10-yard line. No gain on the play, might have lost a yard on it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Let's see what Coach Lufer's going to do here. Does he go for the field goal? Does he go for the touchdown? And he says, no, hey, we're going to go for it here. He wants to run the play as the white hat comes over to talk to Coach Lufer. Not sure what's going on here, as there was some discussion, I'm not sure. And a timeout? No, an official timeout. Not sure what's going on. We're going to take the timeout with them. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Looking for waterproof, pet-proof, scratch-resistant floors? It's Walla Walla Carpet One's waterproof flooring sale. Save up to 40% on beautiful waterproof floors, including carpet and luxury vinyl plank and tile. We are stocking pallets of America's favorite 100% waterproof vinyl plank, Corotec. Come see our large selection of colors, only at Walla Walla Carpet One, where we make beautiful affordable. 1611 West Rose Street in the Walla Walla Town Center. Walla Walla Carpet One. Today's Union Bulletin offers you more ways to stay connected with your community, in print, on the web, or on social media. And now a full print replica edition is available online for subscribers. Visit the Union Bulletin on your favorite device to see local sports stories and photography, plus the most comprehensive news and information about our valley's people, places, and things to do. Support your home team community newspaper. Visit union-bulletin.com today.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back to Burlesky Stadium, 4th down, and the Blue Devils are going to go for it here as the officials talk to both sidelines. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but the Blue Devils now take the snap, drops, wants to throw, does, over the middle of the field. Oh, incomplete, as it goes off the hands of the wide receivers who were tightly covered by the Riverhawks, and then is almost caught on the backside of the crossing route by Ashbeck, but it's just out of reach, and that will bring the Riverhawks in on offense at the 10-yard line of their own 10-yard line. With 10:33 left to play in the game, the Riverhawks take over on offense, and the defense will come out for Wahat.
And going for it on 4th can be two things. Confidence on your offense and defense, potentially, and also just having some fun at this point. You want to have some great plays. You want to test out some things. Definitely can see some exciting football regardless of the score at this point.
Zamora hands the ball off to Cooks over on that right-hand side. He's wrapped up by several Blue Devils and keeps his feet rolling. Good job there by Cooks as he keeps fighting forward and will pick up near 9 yards as he was stopped in the backfield and just would not go down and kept his feet moving all the way up to the 20-yard line. Big run there by Chiawana, and it'll give him 10 yards. It's 1st down.
And that's the advantage for Chiawana with their running backs. Cook seems very talented, but when you have someone like Shills who's running the ball a lot and he's doing well, and then you put in Cooks, he's well rested, the defense is tired, it starts, you can put a lot of effort in because you're very refreshed.
A lot of kids out as they're rotating kids in and out now for Chiawana. Zamora back at quarterback will hand the ball off again to Cooks over on that right-hand side. He's grabbed and held. Now he breaks the tackle again and is brought down at the 30-yard line. Picks up a 1st down and will be at 9:15 left on the clock as they'll mark him out at the 31-yard line. And there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on that offensive line, getting holes set up there, as some linemen right now have some hands on hips on both sides, getting a little bit winded here as this game has become a meat grinder in the trenches for this defense and offense.
And it's tough when you got to play in the line an entire game, not just on one side, but some of these guys are playing Ironman football, and in the line, that's the toughest time.
Zamora has the handoff. He'll get tackled for little or no gain there as the defensive end on this side. Cole Schmidt comes in and knifes to make the tackle. 2nd down and 9 now for the Blue Devils defense as Chiawana will continue to roll through the clock at 8:20 left to play in the game. I want to make sure to thank our halftime report sponsor, Narum Concrete Construction, for their sponsorship for halftime. Serving Washington and Oregon since 1967, Narum Concrete is known for their quality and integrity, winning the Washington Aggregates and Concrete Association EIC Special Honor Award multiple times. As Zamora has that go off of his hands under pressure, a little bit of a face mask there, and a flag flies as it is stripped by Humphrey, who puts into the end zone for the touchdown, but it won't be a score as there was a rake of the face mask at the 20-yard line, and it will come back. I would be shocked if it's not coming back, because I saw all those flags come out as soon as the hand went on the face mask, Austin.
Yeah, it's pretty evident when they call it, and if you see something that's, even if it's not a guaranteed face mask, if you see something that could be possibly, and then the flags come out, it's a situation to put 2 and 2 together at that.
Oh yeah, and I tell you what though, it's too bad, because the flag negates a great play by Humphrey, who's a sophomore, who kept fighting and ripped the ball away from the quarterback to be able to get into the end zone for the touchdown. It shows his football knowledge, because he knew the quarterback was wrapped up at that point. It shows his strength, and it shows his determination, because the score is what it is. He just kept playing, and kudos to that young man for how he's hitting it out there at linebacker in this contest. 41-7 our score, 7:35 left to play in the game as a new quarterback is in for the Chiawana Riverhawks. Snap goes back, they hand the ball off to Cooks over the middle. He's looking for some space, and Humphrey again brings him down for about a 3-yard gain at the 34-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and long now for the Riverhawks.
And even though the touchdown didn't count, it still shows that Humphrey can not only score on offense, but has the potential to score on defense as well.
Humphrey, of course, a wrestler, and you got to be able to be strong and mentally tough individually to be a wrestler. And apparently he's pretty good. He went to state last year in Idaho as a freshman, so I'm sure Jake Buttonoff's like rubbing his hands together going, he's pretty happy about some of that stuff. As the quarterback now has the ball, hands it off to Cooks, and Cooks trying to get away, ball on the turf, picked up by the Blue Devils, going to the end zone, and for the score is the Blue Devils, touchdown, Wahai.
And talk about making the comeback. You want to take the score back? We'll just do it all over again.
And I think that's Parrish, number 7, who picked up the fumble as the ball was punched out from behind. Nice job by the Blue Devils.
We did it!
Not only that, but now Wahai has scored double what Chiawana has allowed all season long so far.
As we have a live mic here at the game, some of the kids were down there by it yelling. Sorry about that. As, what are we going to have here? I want to make sure there wasn't a flag on that play. I was distracted for a second. Fans, I apologize.
Won the ESPN.
So, with a live mic down below us, we pick up everything that goes on at the game right in front of us. So, the Blue Devils will go for the extra point. They will call it a touchdown. I had some moments there where I was concerned for it, but they picked up the flag. I'm not sure what the flag was on. I didn't see anything that could have possibly been, unless it was maybe a hold on the offense, and that would have been good for Wahai anyway. I didn't see what the call was there. As the extra point will be kicked by Hall, as he'll line up. Chiawana looks to be coming for it as the snap goes back, holds down, kicks up, and the kick is. And it looks like it's no good, but there's a flag on the play in the back. And so that big play, of course, brought to you by Owsley Insurance. Owsley Insurance, family-run and independent insurance agency and specializes in all commercial and personal insurance. Owsley Insurance has been a staple in the Walla Walla area since 1983. If you're looking for an honest and reliable insurance agency that will work hard for you and your family, give them a call at 525-5604. And I can tell you right now, I have them as an insurance carrier, and I make sure I give them a call. I trust what they say, and it works out well. As the flag is on the Blue Devils, and it will be no good as the Chiawana Riverhawks will take the result of the play. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM KGDC.
Double dip, to repeat the action of dipping a chip or other snack into a shared dipping sauce or mixture after taking a bite. Well, that may be Webster's definition of double dip, but here at Total Comfort Solutions, we have a totally different idea. For a limited time, you can receive up to $1,600 in factory rebates and get low interest financing with payments as low as $116 per month. Rebates and great financing? Now that is what I call double dipping. Call Total Comfort Solutions today or check us out on the web at comfortrightdayornight.com. Total Comfort Solutions. Feel the difference.
Oh, I loved making meatballs at Grandma's when I was a kid. Let me tell you something. She was very particular. If you made your meatballs too round, she'd slap you upside the head and say, "Egg-shaped, Thomas, egg-shaped. Marona, we don't want the meatballs to roll off of the plate onto the floor." Grandma's meatballs, best I've ever had until I tried a Fazari's hand-rolled meatball at Cucini. Their egg-shape caught my eye, just like Nonna's, and man, are they tasty, the best ever. Delicioso, Cucini, 960 Wallula Avenue, Buona Pazzo.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back. This kickoff brought to you by Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for the City Council position number 5. Brought to you by the Vote Knock team, as Hall will kick it away. 5 kickoff gunners on either side of the football, as Hall will squib it on the ground to the middle. A high hop gets picked up by Chiawana as they try to get to the outside. Jumping a tackle is number 22. Now he'll cut back and be brought down in Wahai territory at the 48-yard line. Flag on the play. Couple flags on the play at the 35. We'll see what that's all about as we get going. Want to make sure to thank our halftime report, Narum Concrete Construction, serving Washington and Oregon since 1967. Narum Concrete is known for their quality and integrity, winning the Washington Aggregates and Concrete Association EIC Special Honor Award multiple times. They have over 50 years of experience with residential, commercial, and industrial projects. If you're looking for any honest, local, and experienced concrete company, make sure to give Narum a call, because no pour is too big or too small. 509-525-5877. Narum Concrete Construction. And I tell you what, we sure do appreciate them sponsoring our halftime this year, as they have stepped up to the plate to help us bring you all the action of the Blue Devils as this flag goes against Chiawana. I was going to say Hermiston, that's next week. And
jumping the gun a little bit.
Yeah, jumping the gun just a little bit. As we have 6:24 left to play here in the game. Our score 41-13 in favor of the Chiawana Riverhawks. And I got to tell you, man, we came into this game knowing that Chiawana had some guys. They had some dudes. They had the Jimmies and the Joes. Okay, you look out on the field, you can see that with the height, weight, speed, the bigger, faster, stronger kids. They also have more kids on their sideline than we do as we're coming out here, listed on their roster report. And the best thing about tonight so far for me personally, there's been 2 things. Number 1 is that they have not given up at all and have brought that fire consistently throughout the entire contest. And the other thing is that it looks really clean. I mean, there's some stuff that's happened. There's been some fumbles and stuff like that because of the pressure and some of the things going up the middle and whatnot. But honestly, there's been some dynamic plays that I've seen with this offense and with this defense that really have been awesome and has been really fun to watch tonight. As that snap now gets over the head of the quarterback, still loose on the ground, he'll wrap it up and bring it into himself at about the 24-5-yard line. A big loss on the play for Chiawana, as the Blue Devils will have a little bit of space there on this second down.
Yeah, and I completely agree with what you stated before the fumble. Another thing to note is the adjustments in the second half that we've seen. Both teams scored 1 touchdown, and little less than 6 minutes left in that fourth quarter, and definitely a lot of good adjustments. So that's something to look forward to, both later in this game and next week.
And that really goes to show you the buy-in and how it's organized too, because when you have something like that happen and you try to throw something up on the fly at halftime to make an adjustment to something you may not have seen, right? Because it's new, because I mean it's only like the second game of the season, and so second, third game of the season where you haven't seen everything everybody has, it means a lot because your kids are picking it up. It means you got a pretty good system worked out. And so the quarterback for Chiawana, long snap count, running the clock down, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Cooks up the middle, who's wrapped up. He keeps his feet moving, and the Blue Devils rally to the football in the middle, and that'll bring up fourth down for the Riverhawks. And they'll have to punt the ball away to the offense for Wahai as some guys warming up down on the sidelines. Be interested to see if Sermon comes out here for the rest of this contest with 4:37 left in the game. Want to make sure to thank T Walla Walla for sponsoring our player of the game. T Walla Walla has unique hand-printed quality local t-shirts and has been a part of the Walla Walla community since 1986. If you're looking for the right gift addition to your wardrobe, somewhere where you can print your custom design, or you just want to represent your team in all its glory, head down to T Walla Walla at 19 North 2nd Avenue and check out their online store at twallawalla.com. Punter on now for Chiawana as they wait for the snap. Snap goes back, punter has it, and the kick is up and away. An end-over-end line drive kick bounces, and it will be picked up by Chiawana at the 24-yard line, and the offense will come out from there. Wahai, let's see who they're going to send out there. Ashbeck is out there, and we're looking to see who they're going to bring out. It does look like Dash Sermon will take over at quarterback for the Blue Devils, number 3. Dash, a very athletic young man, javelin thrower, can really play it, and can sling the ball down the field also.
And I think that's what they're looking for at this point. You want to have some momentum going in to next week, and you want to have some big plays, and he definitely can provide that. So the ability to be able to do that and have the big plays can definitely bring some momentum in.
Hand off to Humphrey over the sideline, breaks the tackle, spins out, gets up to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 12 on the play. Nice job there by Humphrey, the sophomore, getting the edge as they have some new gentlemen and a couple of old starters for Chiawana and new guys in for Chiawana as Dash Sermon takes over at quarterback, but Humphreys stays the same back there, and it looks like most of the line is kind of maintained also in there. New wide receiver is number 88 for the Blue Devils. We'll have a chance to talk about him just a little bit. He saw some action last week. Dash sets back, tosses the ball out, and it's incomplete. Tight coverage out there on Parrish by the corner for Chiawana. Number 88 is Reginald Bird. 6'2", 170, sophomore, and this young man can fly. He's fast. I saw him last year and he was fast, and he hasn't slowed down in his sophomore year, so apparently he hasn't reached middle age like me yet, where he's slowed down entirely.
Yeah, and you combine that with the size, and it just becomes a very dangerous type of receiver.
Oh, yeah. As he's lined up on the 6'5" corner for Chiawana, Sermon hands the ball off to Humphrey, who is just inundated by 5 Chiawana Riverhawks behind the line of scrimmage, and he will be dropped for a loss. Third down now and 13 for the Blue Devils with 2 minutes left in the game at 41-13. And want to make sure to call out our play of the half. The first half, Eric Kimball, CPA, sponsors that one, and that was a touchdown pass from Humphrey to Humphrey from Marticelli in the first half. And now Sermon will take this and do a bootleg, naked boot, trying to find some space. Nice block there by Ashbeck as he peeled back to give some room to Sermon. He picks up about 10, 12 yards on the play, brings up 4th down now and about 4.
And it allows for some creativity. If they want to go for it, they can. This is very reasonable range to want to go for it because, well, now's the time to test some things out and have some creative play calling.
And Lupfer decides he's going to kick the ball here. Hall comes in, and you don't want to turn the ball over here in this territory. As a coach, I'm going to say this, is if they went for it here and I was on the other side, I might go, oh, really? You want to go for it? Okay. First team. And that's, you don't want to see that happen. So
yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah. And so the game right now with 1:10 left, everyone wants to get out of here healthy and finish the season with what they have. Nothing crazy going on here. As Hall will boot it up. It bounces, takes a Blue Devil roll inside the 30, and it's surrounded by 3 Wahai Blue Devils. Good job hustling down. And they'll down it inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. And the Riverhawks will come out with 1st down and 10 and 55 seconds remaining in the game. And of course, our play of the half sponsored by Eric Kimball CPA. You're always a top priority with Eric Kimball CPA. Eric strives to make a personal connection with each client to understand their current needs and works with them to anticipate their future needs. You can rest assured knowing your personal and business finances are in good hands. Call Eric today for business startup, budgeting, tax resources, and services at 529-2441. And of course, the play of the first half was Humphrey catching that touchdown pass from Marticelli for the very first score of the game and to put the Wahai Blue Devils ahead. Now the score is 41-13 inside of 1 minute, clock running at 44 seconds as the officials will gather around and set up with 8 seconds left on the play clock, and they will have a kneel down in victory formation. Of course, our play of the second half has to be the Parrish run back for a touchdown on defense with the strip of the running back and running it back about 30 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, and that leaves some momentum for this next game coming up in Hermiston, and it showed that the fight was never out, and they fought until the very end. And even though the score isn't close, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a blowout at the same time as well.
Totally agree, yeah.
This technically would be one of the best games, or one of the closest games Chiawana's had, so to be fair, we definitely put up a fight.
To be fair, and as Chiawana last week, they shut out Kennewick 37-0, okay? If you look, they've scored 75 points, okay? So my quick math skills, and I want to thank my teachers for allowing me to have this skill, as they scored 38 points the week previously, okay, and only gave up 7, and it was 38-7, okay? This score right now, 41-13. Listen, Chiawana, they're going to be in the playoffs. I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to be there, and they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. They're going to be pretty good. They have guys that can run. They have some guys who are strong. They have the line. They have the coaching staff. They have what they need to move in the playoffs, period. The Blue Devils are rebuilding right now. And I'm going to tell you this. They're doing a pretty good job with their foundation. And the way that these kids are motivated, the way that they're playing, the spark that they have, that spark is going to light a torch, it's going to light a bonfire, that's going to light a sun on fire, and it's going to cause things to happen in the future for these Blue Devils. And I'm pretty excited to see this happen and unfolding in front of me, because if you've been around sports for a while, you see it happen. You just see it.
Yeah, and the fact that we're in a rebuilding stage and can compete enough to possibly do just as well as we did before, and to be in a rebuilding stage with young talent and still be able to compete in the sense that we can have the chance to have a similar, if not better, record still at this point than we did in years previous. And we're still in a young tenure with Coach Greg, and there's young players need to develop new things that can be added to the scheme, so on and so forth. And so there's a lot of promise.
So the end of the contest, Chiawana wins 41-13. We'll be back right after these messages to give you our post-game show. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM KGDC.
As time goes on, the pace of life seems to be ever increasing and more difficult to keep control of.